la ciencia.
Nella ciencia.
Hold on a second. I gotta put one moment. I have to fix my kick. Okay, let me go ahead and okay, there we go. That shizzles did it. All right, let me go ahead and do that. I was just about to do that shizzle. All right, we are doing it. Walking outside, gotta pay attention to the ground. All right there, Joe, you just be careful there. Before I get started, I gotta give a shout out to someone who made donations while I was off the air. So let me, he did this about 13 hours ago. And it's pretty funny. He made two $10 donations. So I'm gonna read that out because that was just very nice of him. And so his name is Philip. Thank you so much. So let me read the first donation. $10. Thank you so much, Philip. He said, yo, sus, I'm spurging in your comments. Here's a quieter tip just in case I come off wrong. I'm loving and laughing my butt off. Sing song ding dong. Whitey out. Dude. Holy smokes, dude. Daisy, the best thing Daisy could have done for me is just like, I'm going to expose you. Holy smokes, that woman has brought some very good people my way who has been making it rain, has been showering me with money. Here's another one from him. He says at 5810, I've been a regular on campsites over a decade. Too many Russians now. Point. Hope you're considering online doming. Gyms are great, but make them lift themselves. Good idea. Good idea. Like a handstand. You see what I'm saying? Like a handstand. But if they can't do a handstand, I guess that's going to be problematic. So I guess they can like do a bench press of their weight. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I am a personal trainer, by the way. Certified, by the way. Certified. So there's that. Okay, guys, we have a good show. We are back on our regular scheduling program. Now, I know we were supposed to watch Cruel World, Happy Mind, but we have some better content. But we're gonna still get to that. Don't think I'm leaving that on the table. We are still going to review that. Lily sent me, of course, y'all give Lily her flowers. Lily sent me the link to Pearl doing a debate with Trent Horn. I think, I hope I didn't pronounce Trent's last name wrong. Hold on a second, let me see. Yeah, Trent Horn, right? And I was like, I said, Lily, is it really worth it? And Lily's like, she gets destroyed. Now, before we even watch, we're going to watch some other stuff first, and then we're going to get, because that's going to be like the bulk of the show. And I watched a good hour of it. So let me get you guys ready. You're going to get frustrated because the moderator sucks. The moderator sucks. Oh, the moderator sucks. She constantly, when she realized that Trent has actual citations of statistics that just basically just makes her look like a straight liar that she is, this is when Pearl goes into her I need a safe face moment. So she starts doing the filibuster, the stacking, the steamrolling, and the constant interrupting. And you know, to me, I get that he's like more of like a soft-spoken person, and he did his best to like tell her to stop interrupting, but that was the moderator's job. That was the moderator's job. That's why I said the moderator sucked. But then again, and you can get mad at me. I don't care if you guys, I don't know who this guy is, okay? All right, the moderator. I don't know who the moderator is, but he sucks. But then again, you should never let a beta do an alpha job. Boom, headshot. Yes, I did say that. Yes, I did. If you're going to get a moderator of Pearl, the moderator must be alpha. It cannot be no avocado toast with mocha latte drinker with some almond or soy milk. You cannot have these daggone moderators. You're gonna look at them in a minute. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Stop having these beta boys moderate somebody crazy, mentally deranged as Pearl. What in the hell? I think it would have been like I said, even with all that, even with her doing all that, with the beta moderator, with her steamrolling, interrupting, stacking, filibustering Trent, she still looked like an idiot. Imagine how a bigger idiot she would have looked like if they would have had an alpha moderator to do his damn job. You see what I'm saying? I don't really expect, although I would have been more, forceful than Trent, but like I said, that was not his purpose. His purpose was supposed to do what he's doing and let the moderator say, hey, you're not, because they set the rules. By the way, the moderator's going to sit here, we're going to set rules. We're going to set some rules. And so we're going to have a back and forth, not really interrupting because we want to have a dialogue here. This clown sets the rules and don't even enforce them. Better. All right, so we're going to watch that. But before we do that, we're going to have to get a little appetizer before we get into the main content. Guys, I got to show y'all what Walter, Pug CEO, They have a dating show. Did you guys see how he was? Did you guys want to see how he dressed? I was like, come on, little Krusty.
I got a super chat.
Why you dressed like that? Hey, Imp, thank you so much for the $10. Pearl isn't worth anyone's time. LOL. Facts. Hold on. Was that not what do you call that material? Hold on, let's go look at him real quick. Look, hold on. You know what? He need velvet. Is this not velvet? And he's so darkety, chocolatey. He is blending in the background. I mean, come on, man. If you're gonna wear some clothes, why not wear something like a burgundy, right? I mean, if he wasn't smiling and he didn't have a bunch of grease on his daggone forehead that's basically shimmering off the damn lights at the top, I wouldn't even see him. I'm like, what's Mo doing over there sitting by himself? Well, who is this? Why is that microphone floating in the air? What now? Oh, the little crusty one is up there. I'm like, why are you wearing the velvet shirt? It's hot down there. It's hot as hell in Florida. And you got a long sleeve velvet shirt on? Why? That's why he's glycerin on his damn forehead. He's sweating. I'm like, dude. But anyway, so I'm not even gonna go over this dating show. This was really stupid. I mean, I didn't really watch it because this is what I thought. I thought that the dating show was supposed to line up a bunch of women. This is what he said. I'm going by what he said. He said that he was going to have his own dating show where he is the one that's paired up with women. That didn't even happen. So when I saw that it was just a speed dating for random people I don't know and don't care about, I was like, okay, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this at all. No. Nuh-uh. That's not going to work. So, yeah, that's something like that. Okay. 1986 call. They want their valuers shoot. What are you calling that? Value? I call it. That's what y'all call that jumpsuit? Hey, Erica, how you doing? Valor. Crushed velvet. Oh, okay. Okay, it's called Valor. That's what y'all call it, Valor. Oh, okay, I call it velvet. What is that, velvet? What is that, velvet? Okay, now, so we got to get into some teaching first, okay? So let's start off with a video, TikTok video. And we're going to have to do a response on this one right here. So I come across, like I said, I don't follow everybody, okay? I have a long list of people I bookmark. A lot of y'all don't even know. I come over to your Twitter, so every now and then I'll leave a like. But I came over, I forgot her name. I think her name is deleted something. Her name got deleted in it. That's all I can. If you're listening, I hope you're not, but please don't be offended. I forget a lot of these names, but I do know your name has deleted in it. So that's that. So I was looking through her timeline and I saw this video. And you know, I was like, oh my God, this. So here we go with another woman doing something dumb. And because we have some new women here. And so we're just going to go over this so you all know what not to do. All right. So this woman has 100% married a drizzle. Now, maybe she's a pick-me, and I will go ahead and say she is. Or actually, no. I take that back. She's a Barbara the Builder, right? This woman that we're looking at right here with the glasses and the hat on is a Barbara the Builder, right? So she can't eat with us, okay? She can't eat with us. And so what we're going to do is use her experience to teach women, especially young women, what not to do, okay? What not to do if you're looking for marriage. If you're looking for marriage, first thing on the list is keep your legs closed. Boom, keep your legs closed. That's numero uno. And then, you know, date more than one person, but you keep your legs closed the whole time. See which one is the best for you that's looking for a serious relationship that's leading to marriage. All right? But also during that courting time, once you pick the person, then you're building a what? Friendship. You're built because you want to marry your best friend. That's what you want to do. You don't want to marry somebody because, you know, they got a show. They got rented Lamborghinis. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to rent somebody because they can hook you up with some tickets to some concert. You don't want to, you don't want, let's just stop it. Stop it. If you're looking for marriage, this is what you're supposed to do. But we're about to look at what you don't supposed to do. Here we go. Let's listen to her.
If my boyfriend asks me to marry him, I'm going to say no. Why am I going to say no?
Whoa. Is she coming loud and clear for you all? Let me see. Yeah, I got it on loud. So she said, if my boyfriend asks me to marry him, I'm going to say no. Joke's on you. He ain't going to never ask you to marry him. Oh, headshot. This is delusion. This is delusion. Why? You're going to see. I was like, I'm sorry, honey. Hey, talk about cope.
You are coping and seething.
If my boyfriend asks me to marry him, I'm going to say no. Why the hell would he do that when he has everything he has without a marriage? Ladies, what's this right here is just a cope. This woman has given this man everything that a marriage would have given him. So why the hell would he go and waste money on a ring and go through all that? So she's just basically trying to like cope her way out of this. All right, here we go.
If my boyfriend asks me to marry him, I'm going to say no. Why am I going to say no? Because we started dating 5 years ago. And then a month after we started dating, his friend started dating his girlfriend.
I got a super chat. So, number one, she dated him 5 years ago. They've been dating for 5 years. It doesn't take a man 5, 10, 15 years to marry. Facts. They started dating 5 years ago. So that's problem number one. She looks angry. She should be angry. She's a fool. She's a doormat. She's a Barbara the Builder. Okay. So are we caught up? 5 years ago, and then another her baby daddy boyfriend friend also got into a relationship with a woman a month after those two have been dating. So we are caught up, okay? So we all know men, it's not just not men. We all know. It basically we all know at 6 months. Okay? And I reject this whole thing that that men control relationships. This is false. The only way a man would control the relationship if you gave up the goodies in the process. If you gave up the poom poom, absolutely the man controls the relationship. Are we clear on that? Abso-freaking-lutely he has. 100%. But if you lock it down there, no, you don't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you say, listen, I'm looking for something serious that's going to lead to marriage. We are not going to engage in fornication until we know that we're going to commit to each other through holy matrimony, said the heathen, till death do us part. Okay? Till death do us part. And during that time, you keep your legs closed. You don't go to his place. You don't go to his, you don't be alone with him. And if you need to be with chaperones, you do. You be with chaperones. You don't even sit in the car alone with this guy. You can be outside in public, sitting on a bench and talk to each other on the phone all you want to. Then you set a time limit. And I set it at 6 months. 6 months. We better be talking about something. But let me just say this. If I don't think it's going to work, I'm out. If I don't want this man as my future husband, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not going to do, well, let me help him with this. Let me fix him with that. No, boom. Pew, pew. And if he thinks I'm not the wife material, then he should be out. It doesn't take a year or 2 years or 3 years and all that other stuff. So anywhere from 5 to 6 months, we should know, and then we should start planning accordingly. And then that's when, of course, I know the Christians are going to disagree with me. I'm going to shack up, okay? You learn a lot through living with someone. It's kind of hard to hide a lot of skeletons when you're living with someone. And then if we are not married within 12 to 18 months, boom, I'm gone. Okay? I'm on to someone who's going to, so therefore I control the relationship because these are my requirements. But if you give it up, ladies, you open your legs, absolutely. You have no leverage. Absolutely. The man controls the relationship every time. So what Miss Thang done did wrong right here is she got with, I don't know if she got with a Dusty or asbestos. I don't know. I can't tell. But whatever he is, he's a drizzle.
And
I'm sorry, let me rewind that back.
Why am I going to say no? Because we started dating 5 years ago. And then a month after we started dating, his friend started dating his girlfriend. And they had a kid after 2 years of being together. We had our daughter after 4 years of being together.
So, homegirl have a child after 4 years of being a girlfriend. Okay? And then, next thing you know, so you know what she did? She did the baby thing as a way to kind of like persuade him to go ahead and do the marriage, to put a ring on it. So that was what that was. And so they were living together. And so, by the way, wait until you hear how that setup is. She thought it was a good idea, like, oh, we've been together for 4 years. He's not my husband, but he's my boyfriend. So it's a great idea to have a child in this process. What a wonderful idea to bring forth life. Okay? People are different. That's right. Some are dumbasses and some are smart like us. Listen, hey, if I hurt your feelings, good. If I hurt your feelings, good. Because my show is not for everybody. My show is not. If you a woman who's like, oh, girl, ain't nothing wrong with giving it up on the first week, we clown you, okay? We clown you. We clown you over here. Because you think your coochie is going to keep a man. And guess what? You just another notch in his belt, baby. So, yeah, we will clown you. I don't care if I'm hurting your feelings. Okay? So, there's that. All right, here we go. So let's finish.
His friend pays all the bills in their home. We pay 50-50.
50-50. She said 50-50. She said 50-50. She did. So she got a dusted. She got a drizzle. And she was like, oh, let's get together and let's live together. Let's do 50-50. And she thought, yo, let me bring a baby in a 50-50 relationship. We doing 50-50, girl. And look, and so you understand why I'm like, girl, you dumb. You talking about something if your boyfriend gonna ask you to marry you, he ain't gonna never ask you to marry him. Why would he do that? Yeah, Namu. 50-50, we got a 50-50 girl. Look at her. 3 of her daggone fingernails are painted with the other 2 are just off. Girl, she just broke down.
His friend got engaged last year. And we haven't gotten engaged. His friend got married this past weekend. And the crazy...
Why would he put a ring on it, though? What? Seriously. Come on, y'all. Why would he put a ring on her? Anybody want to answer that? Anybody want to simp for her or something like that? Anybody want to simp for her? Why the hell would he put a ring on you, girl? No? Y'all don't want to simp for her? No, she wanted a husband. She wanted this man to marry him. But why would he marry her when she gave him the wife experience? Why? Moved in, 50-50, gave a child, and he gets cooked. Listen, I want you to understand the benefits for this guy. He gets constant punani. He gets a home-cooked meal. He gets his drawers washed along with the rest of his clothes. And he gets to have an ear if he has some problems at work. He got it made without putting a ring on it. Why would he mess that up? Why would he? He is living the life. And he only got to pay 50-50. Okay? And he got to pay 50-50. So I'm just sitting here saying, why would he put a ring on it? That's just crazy. If I was a man and with this chick, I wouldn't put a ring on it either. Exactly, Jasmine. He has everything. Why would he mess it up with a ring? This is what I'm talking about. She's a Barbara the Builder.
The thing is that when we started talking, he said, if we last a year, I'd like to get married and try for a baby.
Did you hear that? She said when they started talking, he said that within a year, they're going to get married and have a baby. So those are words. And what's the problem with women? You listen to words. I love you. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's have a baby. Let's get married. Let's do this. I want you for my one and only. And y'all get caught up in the words and don't look at the actions. You don't separate. You don't lock down because you get all caught up in your fee-fees. Like, oh, I'm going to be the best thing you ever had. I'm going to do everything you want me to do. Because I want you to pick me. So let's look what happens.
So a year came by, nothing. Then he said, well, maybe after 3 years, let's look at it like a lease payment.
Hold on. So you hear that? A year went by and nothing. Ladies, first of all, mind you, she's giving up the poom poom. All right. She's cooking for him. She's living with him. All right. So now he got her because he got the leverage. Because she's doing everything she got to do to hope that she can get the ring. Right? So when a year go by, ladies, and you don't have a ring, what you supposed to do? Do, 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 do. That's right. He got a maid. He got a cook. He got a therapist. Okay? And he got some pom pom. Right. You're supposed to get out of there. Bye. Leave. I'm out. But you got these women. This is what I'm saying. You ladies get caught up in your emotions. Stop putting your heart into a man until he has proven that he is your best friend who also wants to marry you as husband and wife, and he makes that commitment with a ring, and you all set a date. But you still keep your legs closed. Clink, clink. Clink, clink. All right? So a year went by, and then he says, well, let's spend it up. Let's see. A year went by. Let's see what 3 years go by. All right, you hear that? So let's see a year go by. So now let's see what happens after 3 years. So he's moving the goalposts. And he's going to keep moving the goalposts because this is a woman with low self-esteem. Ladies, if you want to know what low self-esteem look like, ta-da, here it is.
Married and try for a baby. So a year came by, nothing. Then he said, well, maybe after 3 years, let's look at it like a lease payment.
A lease
you
payment.
Get 3 years.
He compared her to a rental. He said, let's try 3 years like a lease. Now, have anybody ever leased a car before? I had, when I had my other holistic business, I leased a car because you can write it off. It's actually a good thing to write off, right? You treat the car that you're leasing for any car you like. You treat the car as if it's your car. You drive it, you get an oil change, you change the tires, get a tune up. You treat the car as if it's your car. Now, those of you who have leased a car, what happens when that lease agreement is up? What happens? What happens? There you go, Amanda. You give the car back and you get another one.
Boom, headshot.
You trade it in for another car. So when the lease, girl, she's so stupid. She doesn't even realize what he's saying to her. I'm going to treat this relationship like we're in a lease agreement. Okay? So when you have a car that you're leasing, you turn that car in and you get another one. She's like, oh yeah, okay. All right. So, yeah, and there you go. I forgot that. You get a newer model. I forgot about. Thank you. That's a good point. You after the leasing agreement is up, you trade it in for a new car that's a newer model. Yeah, we already know you can't drive so many miles on the car when you lease it. All right? So you do an exchange for a better, younger car. And she don't even like, he just straight up told her his game plan. And what did I tell you, ladies? Men are transparent. You just get caught up in your little cuckoo world. You get caught up in your imaginary world where you start living in your fantasy heads. Yay, I got a subscriber. Thank you so much, JVZ Men, for subscribing. Every time I hear that now, I just think about H3. I just think about H3. It makes me laugh every time because I never thought that the whole, I got a subscriber was going to be something that people like. Okay? So there you go. You got that out of your head. It's back in there now. So there's that. So here we go. So it says it's going to treat you like a lease agreement.
Years came by. Nothing.
Okay. Sorry.
He said, if we last a year, I'd like to get married and try for a baby. So a year came by. Nothing. Then he said, well, maybe after 3 years, let's look at it like a lease payment. You get 3 years. 3 years came by. Nothing. Then he said maybe 5. 5 is a big deal. Bet. 5 came. Nothing.
And it's going to be 10, and it's going to be 15, and then I'm going to tell you something. Dum-dum. Probably in 10 years, he's going to just find somebody like he's going to treat you like I never heard of a 10-year lease agreement, but here we are. So he moved it from 5 years. It's going to move to 10 years because you're a doormat. And this is why I said these are the type of women that belong to the drizzle men. Stop thinking that, every woman has self-esteem, self-worth, self-awareness, self-love. No. This woman belongs to the drizzle men, to the fitty men. That's her place. Because ain't no way I'm going to be with a man who keeps moving the goalposts further and further down the line. And this is why she's laughable to sit up here and say, oh, if he asked me to marry him, I'm going to say no. He's not going to ask to marry you. And you will be replaced. You will be replaced. That is a given. Don't y'all see it? Why would he want her? Now it's a rental. What makes me mad about this is the fact that she is giving him the option to marry her. Yeah, because she has very low standards, Namu. Very low standards. And when you have very low standards, you know what I'm saying, you at hell level, what you expect? I just want other women to see what low self-esteem looks like. Okay? So this is it. When you get, I just want you guys to understand, when you allow a man to treat you that way, you deserve to be treated this way. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. I'm so sorry if that hurt your feelings. But we have the pick-me's, the Barbara the Builders, and the busted Bernadettes that belong to these type of men. This is the reason why I don't care about what the Dusties and the Asbestos think. I don't care. They're not in our league. We don't care about these men. Okay? These men are supposed to be in their soft guy era being taken care by women like this. And don't try to get her to believe that she's better than what she is. She is too far gone. I know that makes women mad. Y'all hate it. Y'all want to save the ones who can't be saved. That's the man's job. That's Captain Save a Stupid Woman. Let the Mr. Nice Guy save these women. That's not your job. Okay? These women want to be treated like doormats. What we do is that we teach them how to keep the mat clean.
Boom, headshot.
Here's a broom, girl. So every now and then you gonna have to like, cause you know how you let your man just walk all over you, like really just stomp his feet all over you. Like that. See, what you gotta do is take this broom and go sweep, 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 sweep. Make sure you get them edges. Sweep, 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 sweep. There you go. Ooh, yeah. Now you are nice and clean for him to just walk all over you the next time, girl. Okay. All right, girl. Now you have a good time, girl. Dust, dust. We don't say sprinkle, sprinkle to them. Dust, 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 dust. Okay, girl.
So I got tired of dropping hints. Got tired of sending ring photos. And I was just hoping that it would happen.
Passive aggressive.
So he goes to his friend's wedding this weekend. And I'm hoping that it would be a motivator. But to be honest, at this point, I don't even care.
You care. If she didn't care, she would have never made the video. Woo!
You are coping and seething.
Ow! Ow!
You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Ow!
Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping.
She's what?
Coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Okay. She coping so hard, y'all. She coping real hard, okay? So I want you to understand, this woman doing a passive-aggressive thing, she gonna send him wedding pictures, and she gonna talk about like, oh, don't they look beautiful? We should be up there. That man, until you basically say, listen, if I don't get a ring, I'm out of here. You got 3 days. And you know what you do after that? Start packing. Start packing your stuff. Start packing. Get out. And then let him pay 100% for that daggone rent. Since both of y'all do 50-50. Girl, are you serious?
I really don't care.
You
Like
care.
the magic of the idea of how he would propose and all of that, it's like, if you had that much doubt about marrying me, now I have these doubts. Like,
she now has it after 5 years?
Boom, headshot.
If you have any doubt about marrying me, then guess what? I got some doubt too. 5 years later, you just now having doubt? You dumbass. It took her 5 years now to realize she got... 5 years. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Angry Bear. 5 years and one child. It took 5 years and one child out of wedlock for her to realize that his doubt is her doubt. Thank you so much, hey, Celine. She's slow but facts. So like her doubt is his doubt. Excuse me, his doubt is her doubt. So I'm like, girl, please. Are you serious? Child.
why? What do you need? What's not enough? Shoot, I know I'm enough.
No, you don't. If you knew he was enough, you would have been out there after the year. If you knew you was enough and there was no ring on your finger, you would have been out there in a year. You would have been gone after that 12 months, and I mean 12 months. You would have been like, okay, you wasting my time. I'm out. I'm not going to ruin my good body and all this time. Child, please. But that's what, you gave him the wife experience without the commitment and the procedures and the ceremony of going through holy matrimony as a husband and wife. So, yeah, you don't think you're enough.
Not about to make me feel insecure. So he says, well, I made you the mother of my first and only child, and that should be good enough.
I made you a single baby mama, so you should be thankful.
Boom,
What kind of logic is this? I made you a... Now, he dressed it up. Did you hear that? He dressed this up. He said, I made you the mother of my child. other words, I made you a single baby mama, which is going to make your dating experience a little bit more challenging if you leave me. So, you're welcome. Give me a break, dude. These people, the audacity. Do you think I wouldn't cuss him out? The audacity to think like, hey, I made you a single baby mama. Ain't you gonna thank me? 50-50. Couldn't be me either, Moni.
Because
Hold on, let me read. That was great to hear. Let me just hear.
made me feel insecure. So he says, well, I made you the mother of my first and only child, and that should be good enough because that's a big deal. That's forever. And yeah, it's a big deal. That's forever. But like, damn, I'm good enough to be your baby mama, but I'm not good enough to be your wife.
Nope. I need a nope on here. I need to put my nope on here. But I don't use it often. But that's what I need to put. I'm gonna put a nope on here. Yeah. The word is no. No, you're not worth being a wife. Another woman will be his wife because she would have standards and she would enforce those standards. But you are not meant to be the wife. You are meant to be the baby mama.
So at this point, I'm like, if he proposes, I'm going to say no.
He ain't gonna propose.
Why? Because if it took him so long and he had so many doubts, he thinks it's all under his control, his power. Like,
He is in control. Does she not see this? Hold on, does she not know he is in control? She lost control when she opened them daggone legs. Like the daggone Mississippi drawbridge. Mississippi River drawbridge. You lost control and leverage, especially once you had that child. You ain't got, he is in complete control. He is paying less money by being with you than without you. What are you talking about?
so at this point, I'm like, if he proposes, I'm going to say no.
Cope.
Why? Because if it took him so long and he had so many doubts, he thinks it's all under his control, his power. Like, when I feel like it, that's when I'm going to propose and she's just going to say yes.
He's not going to propose.
No. I have some say too. And I can say no. Just because you propose doesn't mean I'm going to say yes. Like, for me to say yes, he's going to have to pull off a really, really, really nice proposal. Like, something super romantic. Like, Backstreet Boys in the background. Flower petals. Pink flower petals.
The delusion. See, let me tell you something, okay? If he proposed to me, I'm gonna say no unless he give me some flower petals. Okay, it's gotta be pink with some white trimmings on it. You know what I'm saying? He had to have it sprinkled all over the room with some white candles, okay? You know what I'm saying? And it's got to be a vanilla scent, you know what I'm saying? He got to go all out for me. And then he got to be in a tuxedo. All right, and I had to like not be expecting it. Like if I'm coming from the gym or whatever, or as I'm coming to get my hair did and everything like that. Okay. And then when I come up in there and I see, oh my goodness, where all these flower petals coming from? And they pink too with white trimmings on. Oh my God. What is that? Is that some vanilla candy? Oh my goodness, there's some candles. It's lighting on. Oh my God, there go my baby daddy. He's in a tuxedo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, he got a box, girl, he got a box. Oh my God, he got a live stream. Oh my goodness. He could have, oh no, I've always been dreaming about this for the last 5 to 6 years. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes, baby, will you got something for saying to me? And you getting on your knees. Oh my God, it's happening. And then that man gonna wake her up and say, hey, baby, hey, let's try that new position I was talking about last night. And then she's gonna wake up and realize that all of that was a dream.
Boom! Headshot!
It's never gonna happen except in her dreams. None of that was real. This was in her dreams. This was an imagination in her dreams. And then her boyfriend or baby daddy, who's sleeping right next to her, going to start nudging her, or how men like to do, they like to nudge you. Hey, baby. You know how men, those of y'all who have husbands, all of a sudden you lay there all nice and sleeping and everything, okay? And then they start cuddling you and you just feel it down there. Like you know what that means. Okay? So you know you waking up. You wake up out of that dream that's never going to be a reality. All right? And you have to do your wifely duties without a ring.
Oh, headshot!
I wouldn't marry you either if I was him.
Maybe a violinist
Oh, violinist.
on the beach.
On the beach.
Or in front of the castle at Magic Kingdom with fireworks in the background. Something.
Girl, you are not in a position to make demands. And ladies, I want you to understand, this is what it looks like when you lose leverage. Okay? This is what happens when you lose leverage. Okay? So, no. This is what I want you to know. You are not in a position to make demands. Not at all.
Pink flower petals. Maybe a violinist on the beach. Or in front of the castle at Magic Kingdom with fireworks in the background. Something to make it feel like it was worth waiting. Damn near 6 years, because we're about to be together for 6 years.
6 years. It'll be 10 years. 6 years. It will be 10 years. Okay? 10. Then it'll be 15. But he's not going to last that long. I want you to know that. He's going to be out of there. Okay?
This July. So come July and there's no proposal, I'm gonna say no. Wait
a minute. If there's no proposal. Did she say what I thought she said? She said, come July, if there's no proposal, she's going to say no. If there's no proposal, she's going to say no. Did I hear that correctly, chat? If there's no proposal, she's going to say no. You know what I mean? Have y'all heard that? Did you hear that? Yeah, thank you. No to what? No to what? What are you talking about? What you gonna be no to? What are you gonna be no to? No to what? He's not gonna ask, so there's nothing for you to reply to. Exactly. He already got what he want. It's already. He's living his best life with her. What are the 5 stages of pick-me's? Oh, that's a very good one there, Joe. Very good one. I like that. The 5 stages of pick-me. Good point. Good point. All right, we almost finished it. After this, those of you asking about Pearl, we had to get an appetizer. So this is our appetizer right here, okay?
Something.
I gotta listen to this again. If he doesn't ask me by July, then I'm gonna say no. And so, ladies, I want to show you where you went wrong. After a year If there's no ring, you leave. You go away. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna be like crying, but that's what girlfriends are for. Okay? That's where you are to have your sisterhood. You are to have your sisterhood. They will be there to pick up the pieces for you. They will be there to help you along and to dust you off and to show you where you went. Say, hey girl, it's cool. At least you didn't spend damn near 6 years in a baby with him. Okay. So there's that. But this woman is going to be with this man until he leaves her for another one, a upgrade.
A really, really, really nice proposal, like something super romantic, like Backstreet Boys in the background, flower petals, pink flower petals,
pink flower petals,
maybe a violinist on the beach or in front of the castle at Magic Kingdom with fireworks in the background. Something to make it feel like it was worth waiting. Damn near 6 years, because we're about to be together for 6 years come this July. So come July and there's no proposal, I'm gonna say no.
To what?
If he ever asks.
Yeah, he's not.
And if he doesn't ask, guess I'm just his baby mama.
So she...
Guess I'm just his baby mama. Gonna say no. If he ever asks. And if he doesn't ask, guess I'm just his baby mama.
I didn't see this part right here. Of course he wants her to just be the baby mama. This man has it made. And ladies, let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Because some of you all will sit here and say, I've been with my baby daddy for 10 years and he eventually married me. Now, I promise you he don't respect you. I promise you you ain't the only one. And I promise you that there was more in it for him to get married after 10 years than after a year of being with you. Okay? Because if he got married to you, something changed to where it was beneficial to after 10 years. It was beneficial to be with you than as in marriage than to not. Okay? So that's what I want you guys to understand. All right? So when you are with men, and ladies, this is what I'm saying. Stop dealing with one man, keep your legs closed, but you need to tell him where he stands. And you need to be forceful. And you have to understand, you have way more options than he does. Do you? I think that's the problem with women. Alpha women like myself knew I had options. Okay? And even, hold on, y'all ready for one of those options? This is going to blow your mind. One of those options is being alone by my blessed self.
Boom! Headshot!
That's one of the options. That's what you have to understand. You have options with not only other men, but you also have options of just being alone by yourself. You're going to be good, girl. You're going to be all right. I do not want any of you ladies to feel that you are pressured to be in a relationship.
Ooh, I got a super chat.
Dane D, thank you so much. I feel bad for her daughter. Her mother is the Lulu. Yep, just like mama, like daughter, gonna be like that way. So there's that. It is their benefit. Oh, you understand? You listen, you cleaning, cooking, and you can always get, if those of you who have to get your groove on, you can always find an F boy. They come in abundance. They come in abundance. So if the men that you are dating or being courted by does not know after 6 months, bye. Say, okay, well, no, don't say bye. Say, okay, well, we're not serious anymore. I'm getting back on the dating market. I'm getting back in the dating market. That's what I'm about to do. I'm going to go in the dating market because I'm not going to waste, even though, until you're serious. We've been together for 6 months. You should know already whether I'm the one or not. But since you don't, I'm off the menu. I'm off the menu. And there's that. So that's what women go wrong. You get caught up in your mind and this, that, and the other. So there's that. You get caught up in the fantasy of your dusty or asbestos finally going to do the right thing. Yep, I've read most studies show 6 months is how long it takes. Yeah, believe it or not, women who are intuitive and who see the signs, we can see in 3 months. But 6 months is basically, safe. Okay. Yeah, my husband did too. Orthodox. 6.5 months, he proposed. We lived together to make sure that we were compatible because we were working on our friendship. And there was no poom poom given out at that moment. We are working on our friendship. Because now when you're living with someone, that's a different thing. Now if we could survive living with each other, then we could survive the rest of our lives.
Ooh,
Celine, $5. Thank you so much. My 5-year plan will be to buy my own townhouse. People act like I'm going to be so lonely, but to me, I like having my own space and my self-fulfillment. Women are never lonely more women, and there's an abundance of women who enjoy living alone than living with other people. Okay? Women are not offing themselves based upon loneliness. And I showed you a statistic. I showed you a statistic of who is more happier being alone between men and women. And what did the statistics show? Overwhelmingly, what did the stats show? It showed that women were happier alone than men by a wide margin. So when I tell you you have options, one of those options is to be alone. But if you are, and there are men and women like this, there are men and women like this who hate being alone. They have to have somebody there. Another human. Not a pet. They got to have another. So they jump from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. They have to have a man there or have to have a woman there, something like that. But if you are your own best friend, and you are comfortable with your own self, you enjoy your own company, you ain't got a problem being alone. I told you before I got married, absolutely, I was by myself. And I loved it, baby. Didn't I hear no peep out of me? could do what I want to do, could go out and do whatever. It's all good. Okay? So there's that. As a man, I'll admit, wait a minute, I can just go out and talk to someone. Facts. As a man, I'll admit it's been tough being alone. It's the connection with a woman is what I miss. 5 years alone and single. Yeah, it's harder for a man. That's what I'm saying. It's way harder for a man. It's not really hard for women. It's not really hard for women at all. That's why the statistics studies show that, no, women are very happy alone. And that's why I said, ladies, that should be one of your options. That should be one of your options when things don't go right in the courtship. Okay, so let's go to Pearl debate. We done finished clowning this Miss Barbara the Builder or Becky the Builder. Okay, all right. This is this guy's channel. By the way, they're Christians, so we have to respect that they do things differently. And we love Christians, don't we? We love Christians. Okay, we love you Christians. But this is supposed to be but with all that said, this is the beta male moderator. This is the beta male moderator who doesn't do any moderation. Okay, all right. So we're gonna speed this up. Let's try 125. I may speed it up to 1.5. Oh, so right now, before I play it, he just gave the format and the rules to the show, and he doesn't enforce them.
The reason we wanted to do that is sometimes in these discussions, people interrupt each other, and the person doesn't get to make the case that they'd like to make. So that's why we're doing that.
And he doesn't enforce this, so I don't even know why he talks about it.
But before we jump into it, I was wondering if you could both tell us a bit about yourself. Pearl, ladies first.
Hi, my name is Pearl. I have a YouTube channel, just Pearly Things.
Headshot!
Okay, I'm definitely gonna speed this one up. I don't want to hear this Saw Squad going, because she smacks her lips a lot too. I don't know if she's doing it in here. I didn't pay attention. Are we gonna see the tar finger?
We have 2 million subscribers on there.
Well done.
I've interviewed over 1,000 men and women on marriage dating.
You don't have 2 million subscribers. You had 1.98. You lost 100,000.
And relationships. I also have a call-in show. I've interviewed people all across the world, from London to Africa to Vegas to California. I'm doing a divorce documentary, so that'll be out in the next year.
Where will that be, do you know?
My website, theaudacitynetwork.com.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Trent Horn. I am an apologist for Catholic Answers, and I am the host of the Council of Trent podcast on YouTube. I'm the author of about a dozen books, and I'm married and blessed with 3 wonderful children.
All right. Well, are you ready?
Yeah.
Whenever you start, I'll click the timer. You've got 10 minutes.
Okay. All right, so.
Oh, God. You're going to hate this, guys. I don't even know if I should interrupt this, because she says a lot of crazy things in her introduction. But here we go.
I don't know. I'm kind of nervous.
You will do fantastic. These things are always weird. It's always weird to get people into a room
oh my gosh,
and tell them to disagree with each other. This is what my wife and I should do when we argue. You have 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I'll moderate that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. All right,
Take your time. You're
I'm
terrific.
gonna go. All
Now,
right.
he's not supposed to interrupt her during her 10 minutes. But she interrupts Trent and has to stop herself. So you see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. She don't even follow the rules that the little beta male has set for her. Here we go.
So, marriage today is a bad deal for men, meaning that it is more likely to not work out than it is to work out. 51% of those that sign up for marriage are not in a better place. Out of 100 men, at least 50 are not getting a good deal, essentially. I would like to clarify that I am not talking about some religious sect. I am talking about average Americans. On top of that, there's a huge legal risk you are facing as a man. Again, I'm not here to discuss the religiosity of marriage, but I'm here to talk about the outcomes of marriage in 2024, as well as the legal ramifications for getting married. I've interviewed over 1,000 women and men on marriage and relationships, and have been putting together a documentary on family court, and I've found that most men have no idea what they are signing up for when they get married. Marriage is objectively a bad deal for men in 2024. What I would consider a bad deal is where the risk outweighs the reward. What I would consider a successful marriage is an obedient wife and staying together for a lifetime. To put it simply, men want sex, silence, and sandwiches from a woman they are attracted to.
Sex, silence, and sandwiches. Who the hell want to marry a man like that? Now, I want you she said, men want, it doesn't matter what the women want, right? Because that's what I'm saying. These people, These men are undateable. That's why I don't care about the men that watch Pearl never getting married. They don't deserve marriage. They're not marriage material. Okay? These men are the undesirables. What woman in their right mind is going to marry a man that said, look here, woman, all I'm going to do is tell you what I want. I want sex, silence, and sandwiches. Sex, silence, and sandwiches. And they want to know why nobody wants these people in the red pill. They want to know why no woman wants them. No woman, unless she's a Barbara the Builder or a Pick-Me-Sha, okay, or a doormat, Dee Dee. I need to come up with a better name. Doormat Deborah. Or Doormat Deborah. No woman is going to say, oh, sounds like a deal. When we going to get married? Doormat Daisy sounds good too. Oh, yeah, Doormat Daisy. I like that better. Doormat Daisy. Doormat Dora. Doris. So anyway, thing about it is that, so y'all like Doormat Doris? Okay. So I'm just saying, like, this is just stupid. No man, no woman in her right mind, no woman worth her salt, but a woman like Pearl would want a man like that because basically she can get what she wants. She's trying to get as much as she wants, but she still ain't got picked.
Unfortunately, women are not offering that in 2024. Women have zero.
You got that damn right. We ain't offering that. Stay silent. What are you talking about? And I don't cook my husband no dag. I don't make my husband no sandwich. I cook him a meal. Boom, okay. Sandwich. What's that? What? Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm about to laugh. Like.
Interest in being wives. Gen Z women rank men 7th on their priority list, coming behind things like education, travel, and experiences. Millennial women are not much better. They rank men as 4th behind their careers, education, and finances. I personally have interviewed over 1,000 women from London to Miami to Vegas and even the suburbs of Chicago. And I can tell you firsthand that most young women have no interest in being wives. This can be shown by women's outcomes and choices. Many men like Trent have been married for years and have no idea what the dating market is like for young people. 1 out of 3 women have had an abortion in the United States. 1 out of 4 women has an STD. 90% of women have been on birth control at some point in their life. 80% of sexually active.
What does birth control mean anything? So the STDs is, I checked that she was lying. Okay, she was lying. Sexual active men. So this is the skew. Women, okay, are, because we have more options as a gender. Okay, there's going to be more of us having sex than men. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry this is happening to you, men. That's not my fault. If it wasn't for the red pill, I would be champion for you. But because we have so many incels and we have a lot of men that are undateable, then you have men who just checked out of the market. Then you have some men who just go to the other side. Well, the same side, gay men. All right. And they build their STDs levels amongst themselves in that category, but not in the heterosexual category. But the sexual active men have more STDs than women. Also, from my understanding, you do not have to have sex in order to have HPV. Is that true? Like, when HPV first came out, it was not a sexually transmitted disease. I was puzzled when HPV became a sexually transmitted disease because in the beginning, HPV was a condition that led to cervical cancer. So how did that go from a non-STD that leads to cervical cancer to it being an STD? it still leads to that. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I don't want to, I got to be careful. I got to be careful because YouTube is strict with certain type of medical information. But I don't buy a lot of this stuff, God. I just no. Some stuff sounds, stupid. No, HPV is not like a wart, no. So I'm just saying, it's just, I wish I could speak freely, but I would have to do this on Kick to say what I gotta say, okay?
Women will contract HPV at some point in their lifetime. The average woman is 5'3" and 170 pounds. On top of that, men can never really know the sexual past of the woman they are marrying. Dating apps have made promiscuity more accessible and easier to hide. Women have a great incentive to lie about their sexual past. The CDC reports that the average number of sexual partners for a woman is between 4 and 8. But I can tell you from interviews that I've done that below 10 is considered low nowadays. This is especially crazy.
So what? So who cares? Only her insignificant, these teeny tiny men who have to use tweezers when they have to daggone jerk off, they only care about body count. Okay? But regular men in real life, they don't care about no body count. We have seen over and over again men don't care about body count. We have seen even the men who sit up here and care about body count don't care about body count. By the way, I'm gonna show you a clip on Fresh and Fit where somebody in the Fresh and Fit crew asked Pearl her body count and she immediately changed the subject. So this is what I'm saying. Pearl is a hypocrite. Pearl's we birth control, HPV, and all this other stuff. Like, girl, you've been through all that too yourself. You just stop being, and she want to talk about women being overweight. Can y'all tell that Pearl has gained 40 pounds? Listen, because she's tall, you can't see it, but she wear these big old grandmama dresses. And I mean big old grandmama dresses.
Ooh-wee, I got a super chat.
If you look at the Pearl from her early 20s to the Pearl today, you can see that she has gotten wide. Hold on a second. Somebody gave me some money. The higher the body count, the less walls she has. The less wall. I don't get it. Can somebody translate that for me? But anyway, so this is what I'm saying. It's like she has gained weight. She has gained weight. So she want to talk about, women are not the same. Women are not the same weight, this, that, and the other. Neither are you. Like I said, she got these big old grandmama dresses, where you just can't tell how much weight she did gain. But look at her arms. When we look at the Fresh and Fit appearance, I noticed she gained weight when I looked at that appearance because she wore these spaghetti strap dresses and it's blue, and I was like, oh man, she gaining weight. And now I see her drinking that sugary coffee. Yeah, we back on the sugary stuff again. All right. The less tighter she is, he means. Hold on. Is that what that is? The less wall she has? Okay.
Considering once a woman has over 5 sexual partners, she is less likely to have a stable marriage. After women have had over 10 sexual partners, the chance of a happy marriage drops to merely 14%. Only 3% of women report waiting for marriage for a religious reason. A quarter of women have a mental illness. Over half of women between the ages of 18 to 29 have at least one tattoo. The average woman has at least...
What do tattoos have to do with anything with a marriage? Also, I love how it's all women. Like, women have a less likely a mental illness. Yeah, but guess what, ladies? How many men out there have a violent criminal record?
Boom! Headshot!
Oh! Hey, Pearl! What demographic
That was a stupid
of men?
comment about walls.
What was that? Did I miss something? Uh-oh. Somebody gave me a donation. Oh, that was Joseph. Joseph tier 1. Thank you so much. Joseph said that was a stupid comment about walls. Yeah, it was kind of like off. Okay. So I'm sorry. That comment was a whew. Anyway, hey Pearl. You always want to talk about how women are less likely to be a virgin. Women are less, what did she say? Women have a tattoo. Women are like, have more partners. But you are dating, and I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings. I'm sorry. It is going to hurt some of y'all feelings, but it's like, you're dating a racial demographic of men that are more likely to have a criminal record. A violent criminal record. But remember, it's never about the men, though. It's never, ever, ever about the men. It's always the women, the women, the women, the women, the women, the women. And by the way, when it comes to interracial marriages, the one... Okay, I'm not going to be cruel. I'm sorry. I was about to be real cruel, but I'm like, I'm going to stop. But y'all know what the hell them daggone. Y'all know.
Ooh-wee, I got a super
Y'all
chat.
know what them FBI statistics say. It's a fact. Women get stretched out. Stop simping. Wow, I'm sorry. What are you talking about? You have to have a ding ding to stretch a woman out, and that's something you would never do.
Boom, headshot.
Itty bitty teeny tiny dick a mini me. Where's my tweezers? Where my tweezers? You ain't never gotta worry about stretching nobody out if you gotta use the tweezers. Stretching somebody out. That ain't gonna happen. These men ain't hung like that. Ain't no, I'm sorry, what is it? Ain't no man hung. Y'all acting like y'all gonna be sitting on the end of a baseball bat. Okay. Shoot. Celine, these people don't know what a vagina. Hey, Haley. Hey, girl. Celine, these people don't know how a vajayjay work. They never had one since they came out their mama.
Boom, headshot.
The hell? How the hell would they know? They haven't had a vajayjay since they came out their mamas. So they don't know how it works. They don't understand Kegels and that it's a muscle and stuff like that.
Ooh-wee, I got
Okay?
a super chat.
So there's that. So, yeah. Whatever. I know. Celine, spicy chat. Facts. Ask your mom. No, you ask my mom. I don't give a damn about you. Not hurt my feelings with my mom, with giving me mom jokes, dude. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna take too much of these cheap donations, cause I'll put you in timeout. Now, if you want to sit up here and clown, you better come with $5 and up. I'm gonna ban you. So make another $2 donation. Okay. So F you and my mom. I don't give a damn. You clowning my mom? I don't give a damn about my mom. I don't even know if the heifer is still alive or not. Tell me that you ask your mom. You know, F her and F your mom. Lead attorney. Why do I have a big smile? Like that's my homeboy. Yeah, if I swear to God, you make another $2 daggone donation, you out of here. I'm not playing with you, dude. You better pay. If you want to, listen, if you guys want to sit up here and try to talk trash to me, stop being cheap. Drizzle.
Boom, headshot.
Look at them trying to drizzle in my daggone chat. So that's what you do it again. Give me another cheap one. Whenever you are in the Buckhead lunch no problem. Hold on. I have a computer lady up there. She actually is in the downtown area of Atlanta, and I got to go up there next month to get a specialized laptop. So I'm gonna hit you up, buddy. Merciful is just showing us more that he's a Dusty. Yeah, he a cheap Dusty, but listen, ladies, I'm showing you how to make these. If they're gonna talk, I don't have nobody problem with nobody making with them trash talking, but you're not gonna do the cheap route. Are you crazy? Ivan, thank you so much for $20. Tree said, drop it like it's hot with common sense. Thank you for the reply on X. Hey, TLA. Talk. Okay, TLA. Talk. Help me with this. TLA stands for what again? What does TLA stands for? Oh, the lead. Y'all call him TLA? Y'all don't just call him the lead? $10. Thank you so much, Q Esther. The less walls she has, but she can still hold on to a little TAM $P. So I guess that man is small. Yep, I guess. Hit me up, bring your paddle and salute.
Ooh-wee, I got a super chat.
Boom, headshot.
You're a mess. Thank you so much, $5 for Joseph. Merciful is a broke, dusty clowning on a budget, apparently. Okay. All right. So, a tampon. So you guys spell tampons TAM with a why you just don't spell tampons? You spell tampons TAM $P?
Hey, where are the white women at?
Just talking shit.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Are you blowing it up over here? Okay. Thank you. YouTube censors tampon? No way, YouTube. No way. YouTube really censored the word tampon? No. Okay, let's move on. All right, let's get back to Pearl.
$26,000 worth of debt. And on top of that, young women are officially out cheating and out drinking men. That makes marrying a woman today a higher risk than times of the past. But let's look at marriage. What benefits are given to men in marriage? 100 years ago, men would have gotten a debt-free virgin who gave him 4+ children.
Debt-free virgin. What I tell you about, first of all, what I tell you about men that must have virgins? Come on, ladies. What I tell you about these men that must have something that Pearl is not? Pearl is not a virgin. She's not a virgin. I want you to understand. She's not a virgin. What I tell you about men that I got to have a virgin? Yes, they're hung like an ant and they last only 3 minutes.
Boom,
Okay, I'm sorry. That's a little hyperbolic. They only last 2 minutes.
Boom, headshot.
Listen, I hear men, okay? The ones that got something to work with, the last thing they want, what did I tell y'all? The last thing they want to do is deal with a virgin who going, ow, stop. Oh my God, it hurts. Oh my, can we take a break? Oh, can we, oh no, I don't want to try that. No, please, ow, no, can we, I'm sorry, this is not nice for me. I don't know, Child, please. Okay. These men they trying to daggone have fun. They not trying to be with no virgin. So also, like here's it. Like, I don't understand this. This is just so stupid. But anyway, let's continue.
And was expected to obey him. Unfortunately, now modern marriage is simply whore management. The majority of women are not known to be obedient wives. How do we know this? From one, we have phrases like, it's cheaper to keep her and happy wife, happy life. If women were so obedient and good wives, why are all
happy life, happy wife, happy life? Hold on. See, Pearl don't know how it is to be happy. When the wife is happy, okay, the food is gonna taste extra good. Is it not, ladies? Those, come on, my married ladies, hear me out. Come on, ladies. We're gonna make sure that food is going. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, you better be obedient. You better be obedient. You're saying this, but you have no experience being a man. She's not giving any criticism to men. She's giving every criticism to being a woman, something that you wish to aspire to be.
Boom! Headshot!
You better have up that daggone price to $5 to start talking trash. So she's criticizing women. Anyway, so the thing about it is that I want you guys to understand that when the wife is happy, we make sure to take care of our husbands. But when the wife is not happy, that food that food's gonna have a different taste to it, isn't it? And it's gonna be that awkwardness in the air. And I don't do I told you I'm too dominant to do passive aggressive stuff. I don't do passive aggressive, but you ladies do passive aggressive. So what you ladies would end up doing that's passive aggressive is that you end up, making coffee, but making sure there's no creamer around. And the only sugar that's around is sweet and low. Okay.
I got a super chat.
Hold on.
The phrase is focused on bending to the will of the.
I'm gonna ban you now. I told you don't give me no more. I told you don't give me no more. You are perma. Actually, no, I'm permaban you. Now, Merciful, I want you to go create a new account. Cause I don't know, you thought I was playing with you. You thought I was playing with you. I told you if you make another cheap donation talking trash, you was gonna get banned. Now you was a good slave when you gave me the $5. Then you tried me, and now that you made $2, you are now perma-banned, okay? All right, so now go get another account and try again. Now you may play with your mama and your baby mama that way, but when I tell you something, I mean it. I don't give empty promises. That was not a threat, I say promise. When I tell you, you better not give me another cheap donation talking trash. You sat up there and tried me. So there we have it. There you go. Okay. So that's that. All right. What was I saying in reference to Pearl? I forgot. What point was I making before I got rid of him? Nah, I would cook for me and give my partner the empty plate. Oh, passive aggressive. Being passive aggressive. That's what I'm talking about. Ivan, thank you so much. Pearl is damaged forever. $20. Thank you so much. I've fallen into a wide open before and made the sick to the stomach. And it made me sick to my stomach. She had a sad past though. Some women are damaged down there. Men are jerks to women. Thousands of women need to hear this live. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. So I don't believe in being passive aggressive. I use my words. I'm very straightforward. But a lot of women do the passive aggressive thing. Okay. So yeah. And then sometimes you all be passive aggressive with the food. I don't do that. I'd rather just sit up here and take some delivery than to be passive aggressive with the food, because the food is I told you ladies about food, okay? That is one of the things besides, the magic that you can do in the bedroom that you keep your man happy. Because they're going to want to be fed. So if y'all playing games with the food, like, making it bland or extra spicy, then there's that. Joseph just gifted a sub to Patty. Patty, you have a gifted sub, girl. All right. Thank you, Joseph, for gifting that sub. So I the only... That's not true. I don't drink coffee, by the way. I don't drink coffee. But I'm sure a lot of you all need creamer with your coffee, okay? All right, I'm sorry. Let's go finish this. We got to finish. I'm not going to stop and just entertain the chat all the whole time.
Woman. On top of that, we can look at women's choices during marriage. Some common problems that I have found is that women gain a significant amount of weight in marriage. On average, women gain 24 pounds within the first 5 years of marriage. It would be one thing if women were giving men 4+ children like they were 100 years ago, but on average, women give men 1 to 2 children. The other issue we have is sexless marriages. When we look at the boomer generation, a third of them are in sexless marriages. Many men have reported that women stop sleeping with them after they have children.
This is, by the way, that statistics is wrong. And I hear single people talk about married couples in a sexless marriage. Where? I'm sure it happens. By the way, Trent's going to debunk this because I'm like, what sexless marriage? What is you talking about? Girl, Pearl, even your beta daddy getting some from your mama, your awesome mama, your powerful mama, your boss bitch mama, okay? Your mama who is handling things. She's every woman. It's all in her. Something you will never aspire to be. So this whole thing about a sexless marriage, child, please.
How many men would sign up for marriage if they knew that they no longer would have sex? Their wives would no longer have sex with them. Now, while this is not the majority of those marriages, that is still not insignificant. Men are not even guaranteed an in-shape wife who sleeps with them. Now let's talk about the legal ramifications.
She's not even in shape. Every time we look at Pearl, she looks like she's pregnant, and we keep saying, "Is Blessing's about to be a poppy? Is Blessing about to be a pappy?" And she gained weight. So this is what I'm saying, girl. You cannot talk.
Of marriage and family for men. I do not say this with a happy heart, but there is simply no legal way to stop a woman who wants to divorce you from doing so. My logic is quite simple. When you pay people to do the wrong thing, more people will do it, even seemingly good people. Unfortunately, men, the divorce system heavily benefits women, and the stats reflect that. Women file for divorce 70% of the time, and 73% of the time, the reason given is irreconcilable differences. This does not make sense considering people date on average 3 years before marriage.
Why is the reason? Why, ladies and gentlemen, we already been through this. Why do more women, this is true, why do more women file for divorce than men? We already talked about this. We don't deny those statistics. That is a true statistic. Why do more women file for divorce than men? You all know these answers. I shouldn't have to give you I shouldn't have to give you no, that's not the reason. No. Oh, come on. You all should know this. There you go. There you go, Katie Cat. Because women take the initiative. Women will go ahead and get out of a burning house for the most part. Men won't. Men will stay in a burning house and go, this is fine. This is fine. Why he's surrounded by fire? Men don't even want to break up in a relationship, and they will self-sabotage the relationship so that you can break up with them. So then what they do? They don't go, look, they go missing for 3 days. Hint, hint. They forget your birthday. They don't call, we hear all these stories of men sabotaging the relationship so that the woman can break up with them. Well, if they cannot break up with a girlfriend, what makes you think that they can, overwhelmingly, the majority of them, can file for divorce? So yeah, women are like, I'd rather be broken alone than to be in this relationship and in this marriage anymore. I'm pulling the plug. Men are like, I'm not happy, but I'm not gonna do it. So that's the right there. Women take the initiative. Women take the initiative. So what that women initiated? Absolutely. And if you want to go to dating, women lead in that too. Women lead in breaking up with men, then men breaking up with women. So what? I mean, Pearl is the only one that every black boyfriend she has dumped her ass. She didn't leave the relationship. The men left her. Now, you know you down bad when a black man leaves you as a white woman and he has to leave you. Like, that's normally, you never hear that ever. You never hear black men. By the way, I'm okay. Y'all know we down with the swirl over here. We okay. I don't have no problem with her dealing with black men. Never have. My thing is that, oh my God, girl. You have had black men leave you for older white women. And that's the reason why she hates older women. Because she been dumped by them, by her black boyfriends. And that's something that's rare. You rarely hear black men leave their snow bunnies. Am I lying or what? Y'all have anybody ever heard? Now, I could be wrong. I'm just, let me test the waters. Have anybody in here known of a interracial relationship of a black man and a white woman? Have you ever known the black man to leave his snow bunny for any reason whatsoever? Have you ever known him to break up with his snow bunny? This mine could be an anecdotal, so I don't want to be an anecdotal person. Juan said snow bear in pearl case. Now that's just not nice. That's just nasty. Okay, some said I know one, and then everybody said they don't know. Okay. Holly said yes after she had a baby. Ooh. After the All right, so let's continue this, okay?
What differences did you not notice in those 3 years? This makes sense considering the rising body counts and how promiscuous women are going into marriage. This is not only devastating to men, but also deadly. Men are 9 times more likely to commit suicide following a divorce. Child support is tied to Social Security and Title 4D, and if you cannot pay, the government can take away your money directly from your bank account, ruin your credit score, take away even your fishing license, take money directly from your paycheck, and even throw you in jail. The best interest of the child is a principle to ensure government policies safeguard the rights and holistic needs of children. It is standard used in family law to make decisions impacting a child in matters of adoption, child custody, guardianship, and visitation. This principle means that any situation should be looked at from the child's point of view. This sounds nice in theory, but this law is weaponized against men all across this country. This means the best interest of the child, even in cases where you are lied to about paternity. For example, in California, if you were on the child's birth certificate after the age of 2 and you were lied to about paternity, you are on the hook for child support for 16 years. There are many ways that women weaponize the family court in order to drain resources from men, but I'm going to list a couple I've seen. I have seen temporary restraining orders set to separate fathers from children. Men can be kicked out of the house they pay for on a moment's notice with a restraining order. In that time period between her filing it and going to court, the mother can put the father on child support because technically she is spending more time with the children. What is not considered is that the woman spent more time with the kids because she had not been letting the dad see them due to the restraining order. This is not illegal for women to do, and there is no punishment. I interviewed one man in London who had spent over $100,000 fighting for his children and still had not seen them in 2 years. I interviewed another man whose wife tried to transition his kid without his permission. I interviewed another man who I interviewed another man whose wife was trying to transition his kid without his permission. It took him 3 years and over $50,000 to get custody. Imagine if he did not have the money. Many men go into bankruptcy trying to fight for their children. A case I covered in the state of Chicago, a father had paid over $1 million to his ex-wife during a divorce and was still thrown in jail because he could not keep up with his $10,000 a month payment. The child support payment is calculated by current earnings, so if a man loses his job, which many do due to the stress of divorce.
How many women get?
Ooh-wee, I got a super chat.
How many women get $10,000 in child support? $10,000. Kevin, ice cream so good. Thank you for the $5. Hey, tree, flowers, flowers, flowers. Why does she look like a mortician? Why does it look like a mortician did her makeup? She does look like she has mortician makeup on. She does look like she has mortician makeup on. Now that's bad. Let me tell you something, ladies. When a man clowns your makeup, that's not good. That's not good. When a man talks about your makeup, saying it looks like you've been to a mortician, you know that's bad. Thank you. You know that's down bad. Okay.
He's still on the hook for child support even if he cannot afford the money. Child support is given based on the amount of time that children that dads are given with the children, and that women have incentive to not give men access to their children and are rewarded for doing so. Many men in this process find themselves homeless because they cannot keep up with child support payments. The loss of a child is one of the leading indicators of mental illness. Many men that I have interviewed have compared this to death. Losing a child is They would rather die than live a life without their children. And the stats show that many men pick death over this reality. Another thing that most do not know is that family court is not based on evidence. It's based on a balance of probabilities rather than beyond a reasonable doubt. This means it is easier to allege that a man abused you in family court without evidence. Mainstream cases like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp show just how easy it is for women to ruin a man's reputation with no evidence. Many times the women are actually...
She's queen anecdotal. She is queen anecdotal.
Given free resources from domestic abuse centers in order to assist women in this. In many areas, the courts have alleged that the definition of abuse has changed in the last 50 years to include things like emotional abuse, financial abuse, and have also changed the definition of rape from forced sex to sex without consent.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm talking to the men now. Men, you don't want financial abuse to be a reason why you filed for divorce if you got the balls to do it. Do you not know what financial abuse is? Shall I give an example? I think out of all the new levels of abuse, financial abuse should be the one thing you should be in favor of filing for a divorce. What in a... So Pearl is arguing to get rid of being financial abusive? That's... What? Yeah, hold on though. Financial abuse is real for both the man and the woman too. Let's be clear. I think financial abuse is awful. Oh good Lord have mercy. What the hell? She's against? She think it's wrong to have financial abuse as a label of abuse? Lord have mercy, the men that listen to this clown.
The problem you get when you change these definitions to be more broad is that women are allowed to say things like yelling is abuse and he did not let me spend $5,000 on my credit card, therefore he is abusive. I have seen cases where men were accused of raping a woman the first time they...
Girl, if she takes his credit card and keeps spending it and putting them in debt, that can be categorized as financial abuse against him on her part. Is she dumb? Are you kidding me? This is gaslighting. This is what gaslighting is.
Hooked up, and they were married 10 years after. Women weaponize this against men. The problem you get with these definitions that are more broad, that women are allowed to abuse the system. As I said before, losing a child is like death to a lot of men. One area that we studied was veteran suicide. 44 veterans a day commit suicide, and over 400,000 men have died due to suicide in the last 25 years. To put it into perspective, since the Revolutionary War, 650,000 have died in battle. In 25 years, we have hit 2/3 of that. Terrence Popp has worked with veterans for 15 years, and through our personal research, have found that 70% of veteran suicides have come in contact with family court in the last 5 years. Family court is literally killing men every day, and nobody is talking about it. On top of that, fathers have to watch their mothers raise children in a way that sets up their children for failure. Single mother homes account for 63% of youth suicides, 90% of the homeless and runaways, and the majority of school shooters, where single father homes fare similar to two parents homes. I personally have interviewed men who had to watch a mother try to transition their kid, and
I'm letting her talk because a lot of this is lies, and Trent's going to debunk it. I'm just. So if you guys want to know why I'm not interjecting, is because Trent's going to just destroy most of what she says.
One case where a mother's new boyfriend...
And none of this has nothing to do with why you shouldn't get married. Okay? Because more men, the divorce, the unalive rate when a man unalives himself is more higher in divorced men than single. Well, I don't know if it's through single men either. I gotta look at those stats. I'm sorry, I gotta look at the stats. I gotta see. I know married men have the lowers, are at the bottom of the self-deletion. Okay. I know men that are married are at the bottom of the self-deletion rate, but I don't know who self-deletes more, divorced men or single men. That part I forgot.
Accusations of being a pedophile, and there's nothing the man could do. Let's go over this again. The upside is that men get a woman who has slept with at least 4 other men and maybe 2 children out of the deal. On average, the woman will be 170 pounds and 5'3". Odds are she at least likely has 1 tattoo, some debt, and maybe even a previous child in tow. The downside is you can lose half your assets, your children, your reputation, homelessness, and you can be put on child support, alimony, and even thrown in jail. Personally, I would never sign a business deal that encourages that kind of risk, but for whatever reason, men are encouraged to sign a business deal that does.
Okay. You literally finished with 1 second to spare. You crushed that. Well done.
Thank you.
For someone who's not used to time debates, you did really well. Okay, Trent, whenever you're ready, I'll click the 10-minute mark.
Excuse me. All right. Well, Pearl has the burden of showing that marriage is a bad deal for men, and all I have to do is show that she hasn't made her case. And notice in Pearl's opening statement, she never cites a study of married men in general to see whether they think.
She never cites studies. This woman always sits here and say, based on this study, but she never cites it. This is the reason why people, listen, women listen to other women. When it comes to influencers, we just like that, right? We listen to men as well. But if you have somebody like Pearl, they keep saying she just trying to teach women, who the hell is listening to Pearl except for the pick-me clout chasers that are surrounding her? And the thing about it is that she would be way more effective, which is not the case, if she was not bad faith, making up stuff, and she would cite her sources. She never cite her sources. And even when she's corrected on her sources, she goes back to her old talking points that she can barely defend.
Marriage is a bad deal. So to show that she's wrong, I'm going to point out 3 fallacies that Pearl makes in her arguments. So first, there's the wrong target fallacy. For example, Pearl talks about how marriage is a bad deal because men are sometimes mistreated in child custody cases. That's not unique to marriage. If you cohabit or even just hook up with a woman, you can still father a child and deal with custody issues.
True.
However, marriage makes a man the presumed father of the child with natural rights unmarried fathers don't have, even though unmarried fathers can still be liable to pay child support. The children of unmarried men are 10 times more likely to be aborted. And if the child does survive the pregnancy, he's 3 to 6 times more likely to live in poverty. The hazards of unmarried, much less for married men. Another wrong target is women themselves. Pearl says marriage is bad for men because modern women are worse than previous generations of women. But that says nothing about marriage. If modern women are good enough for hookups that can result in children, or cohabiting relationships that superficially feel like marriage, but are far more likely to fail, then modern women are good enough for marriage, which has less harms for men.
Wow! Okay, ladies. If you are good up for a hookup, then why aren't you good for marriage? I don't really know who Trent is. I've seen him once before on Twitter, some link. He's a Christian, okay? So I do know that. And I seen him, he had a debate with, I want to say, an atheist. But he makes some very good points here. I see what you said, Michael. But anyway, good point, right? So Pearl's always women is all fat. It's all at fault. It's always the women's fault, never the man's fault.
And Pearl can't use these stats to dunk on women because men are also worse than previous generations. Modern men are just as promiscuous and are even more overweight than modern women.
Facts.
A 2019 Experian study found that men carry more credit, auto, and mortgage debt than women. Millennial and Gen Z men have weaker grip strength and make less money than older men did at their age. Pearl has not shown that women are not good enough for men. Instead, the data shows men and women are both in bad shape compared to previous generations. But there's hope. Marriage is the best way for men and women to mature together and bring out the best in one another. Second, there's the anecdote fallacy. One sad story about a marriage does not show marriage itself is bad, because for every sad story Pearl can bring up, I can statistically bring up 2 to 3 good stories about happy marriages. True. And there are many stories about sad, sick, lonely men who never marry. Pearl cannot prove her case with anecdotes. She needs actual data that proves married men are worse off than unmarried men, but no such data exists. Even marriage skeptics will only argue at best that marriage doesn't increase happiness. They all agree that men who marry are better off concerning health, wealth, and happiness than men who never marry. If Pearl can't provide peer-reviewed data to prove otherwise, then her case fails. Third, there's the comparison fallacy. Instead of stories involving the risks of marriage, Pearl oftentimes just points to the risks of marriage itself and says that's a good enough reason to not marry. She says, just as you wouldn't fly on a plane that has a 5% chance of crashing, you shouldn't get married, even if it has similar low odds of divorcing. But if you look at the worst outcomes of one choice while ignoring the worst outcomes of another choice, that's the comparison fallacy. It's like someone who thinks driving is safer than flying because they only read a bunch of stories about plane crashes and never think about car crashes. Ooh. Of course, flying is far safer than driving, and marriage is less risky than non-marriage. You cannot compare the best outcomes of non-marriage to the worst outcomes of marriage. To be fair, you must compare the typical outcomes in both cases, be it flying versus driving or marriage versus non-marriage. And Pearl exaggerates the harms of marriage and ignores the harms of not marrying.
She always does that. But listen, I don't have a problem with Pearl persuading her audience to not get married. What did I tell you, ladies? When these men from the red pill talking about getting past, they're talking about transferring to be passport bros, you encourage that. When they want to get vasectomies because of grandma Tamasha, you encourage that. When they want to get these dolls, or they want to use virtual reality in reference to AI, we want them to get all these things. But even when we say go do it, they still get mad at us. Like today, the whole bear versus woman thing was pissing a lot of men off. And I'm like, you're following my Twitter. You cannot sit up here and be unhinged on my Twitter. I'm sorry. I'm about to make y'all mad. And all day today, I was talking about the bear and the woman, the bear and the woman, the bear and the woman. And then finally I saw on in Wokeness had a picture of a man with his hand on the handlebars, on the steering wheel. And I guess the man was going to try to get back at us about the bear thing. Y'all so unhinged for nothing, stupid. It just show how insecure you are as a man, as a male. So the thing says, hey guys, which would you rather have? Would you rather have a woman driving you? He said, would you rather be stuck in the car with a woman driving or with a bear? And you know what I said? I said, hey guys, pick the bear. Pick the bear so that the woman can drive to her girlfriend's house for mimosas and scrumpets.
Boom! Headshot!
But see, that's just how immature these men are. They want to react off of something that we came up with in the first place. So now because they're so butthurt about the whole bear versus man thing, they want to try to get back at us, which is so immature. So immature. But I'll play that game with you all day. So immature. So now they want to sit up here and say, oh, well, I'd rather be stuck in a car with a bear than a woman driving. Okay, I support that. And then they still get mad. They still get mad. When they sit up here and say, oh, we got some dolls now. We got sex dolls, and them sex dolls are going to take over women. Good. Yes. Yes. Where's your GoFundMe for one so I can basically contribute to it? Is that going to shut you up, though? No. They're going to still be online talking about projecting. You're going to die alone. You're going to be dying alone with a whole bunch of cats. I saw one of the most awesome replies from a woman when a man kept saying she's going to die alone. Now, I'm paraphrasing this, and it's so sad because I wish I could go to that tweet right now. But I responded to her. I said, one of the most best response I have ever seen. So a guy said, oh, you just stupid, and that's why you're going to die alone. And she said, yep, that's why I got 4 pit bulls. So that when I do die, they can hurry up and eat my body to the bone and there's nothing left.
Boom! Headshot!
She said, I love my pit bulls so much that when I die, they can feast off my body and leave nothing left. I said, damn! Damn! Holy smokes! Girl, I said, ouch. And it's listen, man, it's so immature to react off of what women do. You know what I'm saying? Women are not going to respect you for doing that. You should be the leaders. You should be the spearheads. You should be the ones that have the thing that we react to, not the other way around. It's just like, now we're having fun with Drizzle, but Drizzle is a reaction from Sprinkle. Something that women created. So you guys are reacting off of something that triggers you that women have started. And when it comes to this bear versus man thing, you are reacting and getting scenarios thinking that you're going to make us mad the way we made. I don't know how in the hell that made men mad. I don't really understand. And that's the reason why I kept tweeting that, because I wanted to like block the men that was really getting triggered off of women choosing a bear. They know that the bear can eat them. They rather die a swift death underneath the bear than a strange man. Holy smokes! I'm sorry, I got off the topic. Sorry, guys. Let's get back on this.
For example, according to the National Center for Family and Marriage Research, the median length of all marriages is not 7 to 8 years, as Pearl often claims. That's the length of marriages that end in divorce. Not all marriages. The median length for all marriages is 21 years.
Yay!
And the divorce rate is closer to 35%, not 50%. 50% was a future projection from the 80s that has since been falsified. In fact, we are now seeing the lowest divorce rates since 1970.
I told y'all that. Okay? I told y'all. The divorce rate is going down. All right? Now, I will be fair, okay? Less people are getting married, and that's fine. Because I told you, marriage isn't for everyone. It's just not. But to sit up here and still repeat those old talking points, those old outdated statistics that 50% of marriages end in divorce, that's wrong. And I've been telling people it's wrong for the last 3 years. And the thing about it is that even though Pearl is corrected here that it's 30%, she will still repeat the same talking points of 50% of marriages end in divorce, 50%. She doesn't care. She'll still repeat the same talking points, just like when Destiny corrected her in reference to how more men are overweight than women. She still, and he showed her the statistic, and she still decided to repeat the same talking point. She gotta have women work as the enemy, even though she herself is a woman.
About 14 divorces per 1,000 married women. For weekly churchgoers, the divorce rate is half the average rate. Also, just because 35% of marriages end in divorce, that doesn't mean you have a 1 in 3 chance of absolute misery. Divorce sucks, but people typically survive it intact. In fact, men do better than women after divorce. Men's income increases by 20% on average, while women are twice as likely to fall into poverty after divorce. Alimony is only paid out in less than 10% of divorces. And
I didn't know that. Now, that was a shocker. Alimony is paid to less than 10%. Really? Let me rewind that a little bit.
Men do better than women after divorce. Men's income increases by 20% on average, while women are twice as likely to fall into poverty after divorce. Alimony is only paid out in less than 10% of divorces.
Press 1 if you knew that. Press 2 if you did not know that. The way these men be crying, she trying to get out. Because listen, we don't support the trad thing here. Okay? I got out of that mind. Oh, what? Wait a minute. All these ones? For real? Yes, I remember Destiny brought exactly what he is saying to Pearl a year ago. And she's still repeating them talking points of 50%. And that all these women get alimony. So, I did not know that. But see, all these men, because if you get a trad wife, men, I'm just being honest, you get a trad wife, you're going to pay alimony. I have been telling you all this. You want her to not work, if you have a trad wife and you get divorced, you definitely going to pay alimony because she has no income. She's been at home, cooking, cleaning, working, knocking your boots off in the bedroom and everything else in between. So if you two get divorced, yeah, you should have to pay her alimony. Hence why we don't push the trash stuff. Once upon a time, what was it, 4 years ago I was pushing it? You know what I'm saying? And then I started looking at other women who were in trad relationships. I think if you want to know my wake up call about the trad life, it was when Lauren Southern first came out and said, hey y'all, I have been living a lie. I've been in a trad relationship and I'm out. I'm about to file for divorce. I was like, oh my God, Lauren is no longer a trad wife. And when she explained her horrific experience, I said, nope, not gonna be me. That ain't gonna be me. So I had no, but that's what I'm saying. So remember this, if you're gonna want a stay-at-home wife who's gonna take care of the kids, stay at home, do all of the chores and everything like that. And if it doesn't work out, yeah, it's more likely chance you're going to have to pay alimony if that doesn't work out. I'm not saying it's going to end the divorce. I'm not putting that out there, but I'm just saying if a woman is working, then you don't get no alimony. There is no alimony to a woman who has a job, a woman who has her own money. And of course, there's no alimony. The hell, what?
And according to the U.S. Census Bureau, the average child support payment is $441 a month, of which only 60% usually ends up getting paid. Moreover, women do not get child custody 90% of the time, as others claim. 95% of custody cases are mutually agreed upon outside of the courtroom. Women get full custody 40% of the time, men get full custody 20%, and shared custody makes up the remaining 40%. Women usually get full custody because men don't ask for it.
Facts.
In a Massachusetts study of 24,000 divorces, only 8% of men sought custody, and 94% of them got full or partial custody. Finally, a 2006 study in the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health showed that while divorced men were 27% more likely to die prematurely, 58% of never married men were more likely to die early.
Oh, no, that's dying early. That's not self-deletion. Okay, sorry, I stopped it. I misunderstood. Okay, that's just dying, but not self-deletion, sorry.
Never married men risk growing older and having few or no social connections. Pearl can tell lots of horror stories, apparently, about men going through messy divorces. And my wife, who is a registered nurse, can tell you all kinds of horror stories about men dying alone in the hospital, spending every day by themselves, staring at the same blotch on the ceiling because they had no one to ever come and visit them. Now, some men desire marriage and are unable to find a wife, which is tragic. But rejecting marriage out of fear is like the person who refuses to go to the hospital because he worries about medical errors, but doesn't think about people dying at home from easily treatable illnesses. The comparison fallacy once again. That's probably why 65% of divorced men get remarried. 93% of men say they would marry their spouse again if they could do marriage over.
Facts. I told you guys, this is my first and last marriage. Okay, let's be clear. This is my first and last marriage. This is my husband's second marriage. So if marriage was so bad, then why are men getting remarried? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like a lot of men. I don't really know. I don't think I know. Oh, no. Sarge. Sarge is the only elder I know who did not get remarried, and that's only because his wife passed away from cancer, and he said she was his first love. It's so touching. He said his heart for her is in the casket in the ground. He said he don't have love for no other woman, but he have no problem to pay for a little. By the way, that man ain't doing no nookie. he always talking about he be buying some escorts and stuff like that. I say, Sarge, you lying. You too old to be taking no pills. I'm not listening to you. Okay, so that's that. I just want you guys to understand that under certain conditions, there are men who don't get remarried. And in reference to Sarge is the one who just don't want to get married because he was so heartbroken when his true love passed away from cancer.
Pearl is right, as she said in the past, that marriage is a death sentence for men. Then why do most men voluntarily go back to death row after they've been released, i.e. divorced? Well, it's because these men correctly identify what Pearl has failed to grasp. Marriage is not bad for men. It's not a bad deal for men. In fact, marriage is typically a good deal for men. It's no wonder God told Adam in the book of Genesis it's not good for man to be alone, and so he made Eve to remedy this problem. Now, to make it clear, it is a lie that half of all marriages end in divorce. The truth is that most marriages last a lifetime, and 80 to 90% of them identify as happy. A Gallup survey conducted between 2008 and 2020 of 800,000 adults showed that married people rate their well-being 12 to 17 points higher than unmarried people. The General Social Survey from the University of Chicago, a gold standard in sociological research, shows that married men are twice as likely to rate their lives as very happy when compared to non-married men. And the majority of married men, in fact, I'd say 80% of them, identify themselves as happy. Married men also make 10 to 20% more money per hour, and they have more sex than never married men. Pearl says that men face sexless marriages, but the General Social Survey shows that unmarried men are twice as likely to have a sexless life than a married man. Studies also show that...
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I know. I was like, hold on. I knew she was lying. I was like, come on, man. I'm not saying that there aren't any marriages that's sexless. I'm not saying that. I don't know any. But to sit up here and say, oh, yeah, once you get married, the sex stuff, how? When?
Married men also make 10 to 20% more money per hour, and they have more sex than never married men. Pearl says that men face sexless marriages, but the General Social Survey shows that unmarried men are twice as likely to have a sexless life than...
Unmarried men are twice as likely to have sex than married men.
A married man. Studies also show that even men who end up divorced live longer, are economically better off, and are just as or even happier than never married men. Now, Pearl might say these studies only prove that happier, richer men get married.
Why? Why are divorced men living longer than never? That's a very interesting study. Hold on a second. Why are divorced men living longer than never married men?
Married men are twice as likely to have a sexless life than a married man. Studies also show that even men who end up divorced live longer, are economically better off, and are just as or even happier than never married men.
Why? Hold on, help me understand that. Talk to me, chat. Teach me something. How are divorced men living longer than never married men? Oh, they have kids. Oh, I like when you guys teach me stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Now, Pearl might say these studies only prove that happier, richer men get married, and unhappy, poor men don't get married. But when you look at the typical married man, he is not a 6'2" rich Chad. Moreover, if a man chooses to marry, then he needs to become marriageable, which involves developing positive traits that both make him desirable to women and improve his own self-esteem at the same time. But I'm not arguing that marriage makes people happy. I'm arguing against Pearl's claim that marriage is a bad deal for men and steals their happiness. That's just not true. In fact, marriage is the best. You can't interrupt when I'm talking. You get
See what I'm saying? She can't help herself. See what I'm saying? She can't help herself, and it's like she should be penalized for that. You know what I'm saying? Like he never interrupted you during your introduction, and she's so triggered that she start interrupting him. But this is just the start.
To this, he's got 1 minute. You're okay.
There will be time. I'm excited for that. In fact, marriage is the best way for men to not just hang on to happiness, but to increase it. The Harvard study of adult development, which tracked people for 80 years, said good relationships were the #1 predictor of happiness. And it showed that men who married ended up happier and lived 7 to 17 years longer than men who never married. And that's a study for people over 80 years of their life. When I was unmarried, let me actually go through here. Well, yeah, when I was unmarried, I thought that having 2 folding chairs and a TV on the ground were appropriate living room furniture. But when you're married, your wife shows you something better. And she roots for you. A 2013 Harvard study showed that married men are less likely to get cancer, and married men are even more likely to survive cancer, showing that marriage is a good deal for men. So finally, I'd be remiss to point out neither men nor women invented marriage. God invented marriage. He gave it to the human race. Christ raised it to the level of a sacrament. And Pearl would have to give overwhelming data to show that something that God gave us is actually a bad deal for men. And she won't be able to do that because the data doesn't support that. Indeed, for most men, marriage is the primary engine that helps them live a long, healthy, and happy life.
This time.
Good point, Katie. Katie said, I thought women are supposed to be silent and not speak and not interrupt a man. She don't believe the stuff she says, dude. She is a grifter. She is a grifter. She doesn't believe the stuff that comes out of her mouth. Because if she does, remember she says, men are always right. Women need to shut up and let the man talk. But if you are a man who don't agree with Pearl, she will argue you down. So she does not believe what she says here. She's a liar.
Good job, Trent. You have a 5-minute rebuttal, Pearl, whenever you're ready.
Wait, so how does do I ask him questions?
No,
during the rebuttal?
that'll be after the break. This is basically your time. 5 minutes. He won't be able to interrupt you. You can try to refute the case he just made.
Got it. Okay.
So, and would it help you if you saw the time?
Yeah, sure.
Do you mind putting that there? Just
I didn't know that was there.
Yeah, that's his phone. But whenever you're ready.
Okay.
You suck as a moderator.
1 second.
Yeah, you're right. Look, all this here is like a rosy pink, and this is just a pale white. She looked like a vampire. She looked like a vampire dude. She just, her in this big old grandmama dress, and like she all red right here, and then she just all child.
One thing I noticed in your argument.
Super chat.
Hold on a second. RPWA, thank you so much for the $5. Pearl Davis, Andrew Wilson, Fresh and Fit, and Rolo are the best. Please like, share, and subscribe to Tree of Logic at Just Tree 411. Thank you so much.
Boom, headshot.
All right. Okay. Thank you for the $5. Please subscribe to Just Tree 411.
Is that you constantly attribute all of the positive things that happen in marriage. You just automatically attribute them to women. You automatically attribute them to that marriage is the cause. I would disagree with that. I would say it's a bad deal because at the end of the day, women are paid to leave. You never addressed any solutions that you have. What solutions does the church have? Women don't want to be married.
That feels so good. God, I love being a domina. I love being dominant. I take your money and I delete your message, okay? Oh, God, I'm sorry, I had to stop and let y'all know how good that felt. I love this. I love it. Okay.
Men cannot make women marry that do not want to be married. Women are getting STDs. Women are getting abortions. The majority of women today are not marriageable. They're overweight.
First of all, we know that men are the one pushing for abortions. Not all the time. Men push for the abortions, okay? And men also have STDs. Who gave Daisy nasty ass STD? It's the Pug CEO, right? Why? Because he didn't want to put a Jimmy on his little ding ding. Who's the one talking about something? Take the pill for an abortion. Even though Ching Chong Ding Dong wanted to get an abortion anyway. We already knew that was going to happen. So it's like, we already know that men push for abortions and they the ones spreading STDs. Two lesbians, no matter how much they scissor, cannot give each other syphilis and gonorrhea. Okay? So I'm just saying, like, what are you talking about? She always women. She always blaming women for stuff. Men can never do no wrong.
They're out of shape. And, saying that marriage is good isn't going to change that, isn't going to make women want to be wives. The next thing that I noticed that you said was that unmarried men are more likely to have a sexless life.
So somebody said, Tree, I saw that message earlier. I want to apologize. I saw your message. I want to send you an apology. They said, because earlier I said, hey, y'all, Tree, I said, Pearl be smacking her lips now. And then I saw somebody type in the chat, dang, Tree, I never noticed that until you said something, and now I hear it, and I can't unhear it. I hate that you told me that. Look, I got these daggone new headphones on, dude. I didn't notice that she did a whole bunch of lip smacking like she eating some greasy church's chicken until I got these daggone headphones on. Now I keep hearing. See, women are always, and it's not even, let me tell you something. It's not even a funny smacking. You know how when Bryson Gay does smacking, when he lip smack, it's funny. You're going to hell, okay, Trey. You're going to hell, okay. See, you're an atheist. You're going to hell. When you go and the raptures come, okay, you're going to hell, okay, because you ain't nothing but a heathen, okay. When he smacks his lips, it's funny. It's hilarious. But when Pearl does it, it's just, oh, God.
Obviously. Men that cannot attract women obviously are not and you never address that men are 9 times more likely to commit suicide after marriage. Even if it's a 5%, 1 out of 50, even if it's a 1 out of 50 chance or 1 out of 100 chance that you commit suicide, that's negligence. Any car would be recalled if 1% of people died. I just think at the end of the day that I would never sign a deal that one party is paid to leave, and you're not addressing the lack of quality of women that are on the market today. Men cannot make women want to be wives. And if women don't want to be wives, basically, it's not gonna happen. The other thing is that, if marriage is such a good deal, why aren't men signing up? Good products, technically, they get
Men
off the market.
are signing up. That's what she don't understand. Men are signing up. Not your type of men, not the men that listen to you, not the men that follow you on Twitter, but men are signing up. I don't understand what she's talking about. The statistics just show that they are. Okay? Now, because there's such a huge population of incels, and you have a lot of these angry men who are not getting in dates and they're joining the red pill community and things like that, it makes these communities make these men more undateable. And I'm okay with that, okay? Because if you don't have a daddy in your life, all right, or a male figure, he don't have to necessarily be a biological father figure, biological father. But to have a father figure in your life is very important as to a man. So I do subscribe to the whole thing of, no, a woman can't teach a little boy how to be a man. She can't do that. Just like a man can't teach a little girl how to be a girl when she grow up. But my thing is that this whole thing about men checking out, yeah, we want the men that you talk to check out. So they can stop being unhinged on like that shizzle got himself a gifted sub from Joseph. That shizzle, make sure you thank Joseph for your gifted sub. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand this whole thing of, oh man, she's anecdotal. She's just doing this whole anecdotal thing based upon her own community.
Market quickly. Men naturally, they want to do things that make sense. And the issue that you're going to get is that, again, the quality of women is lower than ever before. The cost of marriage is higher than ever before. And until
the quality of men is also low. It's both on both ends. Men are triggered because a group of women chose to be alone with a bear than a man. This is the most, I swear, out of all things men have gotten triggered over. To get triggered over women choosing to be alone in the woods with a bear. A guy who I thought was more I swear to God, this is just like, what a wonderful vetting question. Ladies, if you're going to vet, please have that question, as I promise you, it will teach you a lot. There was a nice guy that I was following, and yes, every sense of the word, nice guy. And he was so triggered by this question. And I'm saying to myself, like, I'm sorry, when men get angry that women chose the bear, I think that is so, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Listen, men, I don't think any woman here, and you have done this plenty of times, where you chose a 21-year-old girl over a 31-year-old girl. I don't ever believe that a whole massive of us got crazy and start, shaming you and going. I don't believe that ever happened. You may have one or two girls, I look better as I go though. That's fine. For the most part, we didn't care. But the fact that it's like such a huge group of men, and I mean it's a huge group of men.
Ooh-wee, I got a super chat.
Having a problem with that scenario, that just shows that the mental weakness of men has declined. Because I don't think the older millennials, the Generation X, and I know the boomers do not care. $5. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joseph. Tree, I forgot to tell you, I asked my husband the question and even he chose the bear. Yeah, my husband chose the bear. My husband has a daughter. I said her name. I said, would you like her to be in the woods alone with a bear or a man? Without hesitation, he said a bear. She know how to shoot. Although the bear's not going to mess with her as long as it's not a mama bear that's defending her cub, she's going to be all fine. She's going to be real fine being alone in the woods with a bear than a random man. So the men are also picking the bear, but it makes you think like the men that are having a problem with women picking the bear, that's a telltale sign. Ladies, let me tell you, you need that as your vetting question. You need to, when you're dating men and you're looking for some small talk to let you know what type of mindset this guy has, you should say, hey, you remember that crazy, and you got to frame it like that. You can't show that you're biased. You just got to say, you know that crazy study that said, who would you rather be alone with, the bear or the man? And the women picked the bear. What did you think about that? And he's like, them stupid bitches, they don't understand what's going on. Oh, man can save them. I think they're all just feminists. They all gonna die alone with their cats. Stupid women, that's why they shouldn't vote. I'm telling you, you better have that as one of your vetting questions, ladies. You better have that as one of your vetting questions. Woo, child. Okay, I'm sorry.
That changes until some of the laws change. It is just not a good deal for men.
You still have 2 minutes and 41 seconds if you'd like to keep going.
That's okay.
Okay. So you have a 5-minute rebuttal, Trent, whenever you want to begin.
Sure.
If you want that, you're welcome. Ready?
All right.
Go for it.
All right, so I want to focus on one very clear fact that refutes Pearl's case, that she has not cited any studies looking at men and seeing what do they think. I mean, if marriage is such a bad deal for men, we don't need Pearl to tell us that. Why don't we just ask men themselves? Ask married men, were you given a bad deal? Were you given a raw deal? You go online, you go to Amazon, you go to other kinds of places, you can see people write product reviews and saying whether they got a bad deal out of something. And you should probably trust someone who actually tried the product and wrote a review instead of someone writing reviews about a product they've never tried before. Ooh. And I've already shown the data that married men identify as being more happier than unmarried men. They live longer. They're healthier. So marriage is a good deal for them. It certainly isn't a bad deal for them. They get many benefits out of that. And Pearl has not refuted that. All she's been reduced to saying is that marriage is a bad deal for men because apparently women aren't worth marrying, which is just not true. She's pointing out flaws in women, but she gives a pass to men. It's a kind of reverse form of simping, if you will, because men also fall under this. So let's talk about some of the things that she brought up. About the issues of being sexless, saying that 20% of marriages are sexless. That's only if you include senior citizens in the entire framework. As I said, the general social survey shows that unmarried men are twice as likely to be sexless as married men. So if you're a guy and if that's something that is important to you in your life, marriage is the covenant through which sex makes the most sense, you have the most access to it, and it's the safest and best thing for you and for the children that will proceed from your union. She made a big deal about weight. Women are overweight, women gain 20 pounds in marriage. She's probably referring to the Gordon Larson 2009 study on that, but that same study showed that married men gain 30 pounds over the same period. Unmarried cohabiting women gain 18 pounds during that period, and single women gain 15 pounds during that period. So all that proves is as we get older, instead of growing up, we tend to grow out. That's just life. And it's nice as you get married to have someone else to grow up and out with you. And mature people...
Pearl should know because she got fat. I'm telling you, you know what I'm gonna do when I get on Twitter again. Well, when I got some time, I'm gonna show that Pearl has gained weight. She's 27, mind you. There's a picture of her when she was 23. She's like she's like skin thick. She's like a stick. When you compare her to what she is to now, she has gained an easy 40 pounds. The reason why she doesn't look like a fat 40-pound overweight woman is because she's 6 foot tall. Okay? We as tall women, we can hide our fat easily until it just get too much. Okay? So this whole thing about women getting fat, you're fat and you're single, Pearl. You ain't even got no marriage or no man. Well, you got a man, but you hiding him, so I'm sure that's not healthy.
Recognize that and don't just reject marriage because of a biological fact of reality. Women don't want to be wives. There's no evidence Pearl gave to support that conclusion. At least I can look at anecdotally. Think about it in your own life. How many times have you heard a girl lament that her boyfriend, she'd love to get married, but her boyfriend doesn't want to get married or he's dragging his feet? How many times have you get dinner?
We just heard one. We just heard one from Barbara the Builder or Becky the Builder, whatever her name is. Okay. She is in a 6-year relationship and still no ring. She got a daughter and she still no ring. By the way, Pearl's going to interrupt. She's not supposed to be interrupting doing his rebuttal, right?
Until the time is over. How many times have you heard a guy say, "Oh, I really wish I could get married, but my girlfriend's just dragging her feet"? Women are the ones. Women control access. To put it crudely, women control access to sex, and men control access to marriage.
I disagree with that. Once you, lady, we already said that. Okay, women, you control access to marriage, and access to marriage and sex. The thing about it is that when you give up your access to sex, the leverage is gone for marriage. Soon as you open your legs, you are no longer in the winner's seat. You no longer have the leverage. You just don't. So remember that.
How it's worked traditionally.
And also, if the relationship is not going the way you want to go, leave. Just leave. Stop thinking in scarcity. Men need to stop thinking scarcity too. You guys need to stop thinking scarcity. Because I told you all, I'm not going to tell you again. Like, there's so many places you can meet a bunch of women where the odds are in your favor. Like, for every male, there are 4 women. And I told you one of the best places to go is to a dance class. They always need men there. Always. You want to feel like the king? You want to feel like you are Don Juan? You want to feel like you on top of the world? Go there. They desperately need men to partner up with women. And women will wait so that they can dance with you, because they rather, unless they are lesbian, like our girl Namu. I think who else? We got two lesbians in here today. I was about to say NPC, but we know NPC ain't no lesbian. She's the one who loved drizzle, guys, okay?
Boom, headshot!
NPC, I saw you, girl!
And it still works today. Pearl asked, if marriage is such a good deal, why aren't men and women signing up for it? Well, that's like asking, if exercise is good for you, why don't more people go to the gym? Why is the gym usually empty? It's because marriage is hard.
Mug, there you go. Okay, there you go, Mug. Okay, so guys, we got 2 lesbians here. Yeah. I don't think the lesbians have a problem dancing with each other at these classes. I've seen it. That's why I'm saying, like, but they're rare. Lesbians rarely go to dance classes. But the one I went to many years ago had a lesbian couple. Well, it wasn't a lesbian couple. It ended up being a lesbian couple dancing, but it was a woman who had no problem dancing with another woman. So there's that. Oh, there go NPC. Hey, NPC. Hey, girl, did you get your drizzle guy? NPC, did you get the drizzle? Did you get that big old, that handsome black man? What was his name, guy? He had the earrings on, had that smooth cocoa butter skin. Talking about something, he in his soft guy era. You know he was good for you, girl. Why you playing that? True, I would never go to that. Yeah, I'm just saying, rarely see lesbians at a dance class. But it was just this one at this one. For some reason. I don't know what was going on. So NPC was over there with her dad going milking. No, not milking, honey. With her chocolate thunder. Wow.
You have to say no to a lot of things as a man if you choose to get married. You have to say no to things your little lizard brain tells you are good, like trying to hook up with as many women as possible. So people probably don't sign up for it because they don't realize the benefits, and they listen to the lower part of the brain instead of the rational part of the brain that could read studies covering hundreds of thousands of men showing that they're happier, live longer, and have more sustaining, fulfilled lives than being unmarried. So some of the things that, when Pearl brings up, that divorced men are 9 times more likely to commit suicide, she's probably referring to the Kipawosa 2003 study. It's not that's not men are 9 times more likely to commit suicide who are divorced. They're 9 times more divorced men are 9 times more likely to commit suicide than divorced women. But that's only because men are just more likely to complete suicide anyways than women. They tend to choose more violent means to do it. So, but
True, because women just oh my God, there's 2 women I hate so much. There's 2 women I absolutely despise. And they always do this chicken with I'm going to take women are the number 1 gender with the self-deleting threats. Okay. They're the number 1 gender. They're the number 1 gender to threaten self-deletion, but never to go through with it. Men are the number 1 gender with actually self-deleting. Okay? That's the difference. That's the difference. So, yeah. So this is what I'm saying, like, oh my God. Why are women divorcing? These people never address that. I mean, there's several reasons why women are divorcing. Oh, Sassy, you don't want me to answer that? Because I can answer that for you. But you deleted your comment, so I don't know if you want me to answer that now.
Look at the data.
If
Never
you want me to answer it, go ahead and say, answer that. I mean, yeah.
married men are still just as, if not more likely to commit suicide than divorced men. So that's the comparison fallacy once again. You talk about all the risks related to marriage, and there are risks, but there are greater risks to being not married. So that shows marriage is not a bad deal. And as I said before, if marriage is such a bad deal for men, if it's so bad, why do 93% of men say they're willing to remarry their wives again if they had the chance? Why do 65% of divorced men choose and go and get remarried? It's because they recognize maybe someone wasn't right for them, but marriage was still right for them.
Okay, so one thing I noticed is that besides the money issue, is that women are not getting along with their husband. And cheating is not the number one reason why women are divorcing these men. Now, it's up there, maybe in the top 5, maybe top. Hold on, let's look at that. Let's look at what cheating ranks in files for divorce. How should I frame this question? Where does cheating? You know what? Let's not do that. What are the top 5 reasons why women divorce men? Let's do that. Instead of me trying to figure out like where does cheating fall in the. All right. Oh my, no way. Hold on. It's not in order. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, so cheating is not number 1. Do they list the... Okay, hold on a second. We got to go through the article. Damn. Hold on, guys. All right. 1/3 of marriages today sadly ends in divorce. It's a bit blah, blah, blah. The difference goal, blah, 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 blah. The lack of common interest is a long-term life together may lead to the second reason. Oh, what's the first reason? Different life goals, infidelity, nonstop arguing were found to be the top 3 reasons women seek the divorce. So different life goals, infidelity, nonstop arguing. The lack of common interest in the long-term life together may also lead to a second reason. Wait a minute, you can't put all 3 of these as one reason. You can't do that. Oh, this is trash. Sorry, this article is trash. They putting 3 reasons as number 1 reason. 3 reasons why women initiate divorce. Why is all these divorce attorneys? I want. They're all divorce attorneys. Tend to I don't want to deal. I want to go to a non-law. Okay, let's see if this was going to tell you. Okay, here we go. Here are the 7 reasons why women initiate divorce more often than men. Number 1, women have a high and complex expectation about marriage, and those get dashed. Okay. Number 2, equality isn't all about that. Okay, I hate this article. Okay, I don't like this. This is stupid. Okay, let's look at that Psychology Today. After this, I'm gonna give up, guys. After this, I'm just gonna give up. All right, let's see. Good genes depends upon deep pockets and other matches in mate preferences. Caregiving and interdependence mismatch. This is why is it so hard to find the answer to this question? I just want the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so irreconcilable differences is number 1, right? I thought it was number 1, but I wanted, okay, those of you who have the patience to go through this, where is cheating? Is cheating number 3 or is cheating number 2? I didn't think cheating was number 2. I thought cheating was number 3 or number 4. So that's what, it's number 2? Is it really? Okay, so anyway, the fact that they don't, the reason why, I thought it was number 3 too. See, we getting all these studies and I found a government website on Divorce Tree. Okay, do I trust the government? Oh yeah, the lead attorney is he still here? The lead attorney, what number is if you're still here, what number does infidelity fall in the top 5 of reasons why women initiate divorce? But anyway, Sassy, a lot of times women get caught up in the romance fantasy of the wedding, and I get on women about this all the time. Stop fantasizing about the wedding and all of that jazz and like just saying you get to say you're a wife and you don't know if you're compatible with your husband. And so I've always taught women, like, you have to build up a friendship and you want to marry your best friend. Okay, that's going to last long. However, when you really ignore the signs that you don't have a lot in common and the things you thought was cute, which you don't find is cute anymore, okay, then that's going to get on your nerves when you start losing patience with, your husband now. So that's one of the reasons, like, and it's like men are not really good at hiding who they are. But I think women, women ignore the telltale signs. Women ignore the reality of a man and they deal with the potential. He has the potential to do this, the potential to do that. Women put up a lot when love is involved. And y'all fall in love too quick before you even get to know each other. Okay? So that's that. I would, yeah. And then infidelity. I still say infidelity is number 3. Because I think finances has to be number 2. It has. Oh, lead attorney isn't here? Okay. So finances is not, it's the finances, money is it has to be number 2. You see what I'm saying? It has to be, but okay.
So we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to have cross-examination, and Pearl, you'll have 20 minutes to drill.
Okay, he's going to do his commercial here.
Questions, follow up, whatever you want to follow up on, and then Trent, you'll have 20 minutes. So if you're watching right now, please stick around. Let us know how you think this.
Okay, let's go to that part right here. All right, here we go.
Be obedient to their husbands when their husbands give them a rational request or directive. But I think that husbands and wives should lead each other to Christ and to the goodness of their family.
So what do you define as rational?
In accord with reason. So something that doesn't go against what reason would dictate.
Can I have an example?
Of something,
so like I'm assuming crimes.
Of something that's rational or irrational.
Yeah, irrational.
Yeah, if a husband says
Like obviously no crimes, right?
Yeah, or if a husband says, I want you to lose a massive amount of weight, for example, that would put if your husband wants you to do something to change your body that would put your health at risk, I would say that's irrational.
Okay, but a normal amount of weight would be fine.
I would say I think it's fine for husbands and wives to want each other to be healthy, but it's very quickly that if a husband or a wife asks for a person to be of a certain weight, that can easily be more out of a desire for vanity than for the other person's well-being.
What about health?
What about health? I think it's good for husbands and wives to want each other to be healthy.
No, but I'm asking the husband. Why do you always bring it back to the husband?
Because you never hold men accountable for nothing. You never hold men accountable for nothing. That's why. So I would have asked Pearl, okay, if it's okay for a woman to if it's not okay for a woman to gain weight, is it okay for a man to gain weight? She never puts it on men, ever. Never. And he's going to ask a question that I made a video out of, thanks to Lily, where she says that if the man just leaves a relationship with the 3 children, that it's okay to leave a woman with no financial help whatsoever. This woman is evil. She's miserable. Wait till we get to that part. We haven't gotten to that. Oh, gosh, let me just play this because I kind of don't want to be here this so long. I know Morgan and Nina would love me to stay here for another 2 hours, but I really don't want to be here that long.
Wife. I didn't ask you about the husband.
Because I'm
saying for the husband, can he ask that his wife stays a certain weight? Is that rational?
It's rational for him to ask her to be healthy, but staying at a certain weight your entire life, that's not necessarily going to be healthy. Like saying, I want you to always be 120 pounds. Like, hey, I got pregnant. Oh, I'm kind of getting past that now. I don't like that. That would be irrational.
He would not be allowed to do that under your thought?
I think it would be insane if a man said that his wife needs to stay a certain...
Why? Why? Like, what's wrong with men having standards? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with women having standards? What's wrong with women having standards? I want you guys to understand that is more beneficial for men to be married than women. I know they got y'all thinking, oh, girl, let me tell you something. It's going to be more beneficial. No. There's a way more perks in it for men. So, yeah. This whole thing, she never wants to talk about why can't women have standards.
It's absolutely, like, literally there was a joke in The Office where BJ Novak says some supermodels lose weight when they're pregnant. That shows that he's just an insane chauvinistic person. To demand that a wife stay at a certain weight, even though
you're not supposed to lose weight when you're pregnant. Oh my God. To expect a woman to lose weight when you're pregnant? What? She's such a POS.
As you get older, you naturally gain weight. And especially when you get pregnant, you gain at least 9 pounds of weight. That would be insane to demand someone stay at a certain weight.
Women lose it all the time.
I fail to see how any of this is relevant to marriage, by the way.
What I'm trying to understand is your mindset. So why can't men have standards in marriage? Because if you're saying that men can't have standards in their own marriage, like this is you're saying it's irrational for a guy to demand his wife stay a certain weight. Why? Why is that wrong?
To stay a certain weight during their entire marriage?
Why? Why is that wrong?
Because
I've seen women do it.
Would you like me to answer the question?
Yeah,
go ahead.
She does that. And he does not call out like, because you see, Pearl has to be handled roughly. So when you're a nice man, this is not going to go well for her because she's not going to be quiet. I'm like, can you shut up while I'm talking? Because what you're doing is you're basically stacking, you're filibustering because you know you're wrong and you can't defend your position against my statistics and my position. So that's the reason why you're talking over me, because you're losing. You got to call it out. Because she keeps talking and talking, and because the moderator's not doing his job. That's the reason why she's talking over him.
Because biologically, our bodies change over time. They'll naturally gain and lose weight in different circumstances. And your worth as a spouse, whether you are a husband or a wife, is not derived by your weight. That's just a shallow thing. Now, I think that both husbands and wives should encourage the other to encourage.
It's your job to be attractive.
I think husbands and wives should both maintain attractiveness.
Right, but why do you always have to bring it back? Because
why do you only focus on women?
Right now, because we're asking about the deal for men. Yeah. So I'm looking at this from the man's point of view. What does the man get out of it?
No, it's not about men, okay? The thing about it is that they're marrying women. So if they're marrying women, then if women have if women are the reason why they're not getting married, then you have to include them too. Because if men are just saying I don't want to get married, then women don't have a say. There's no problem. Women will find a man that will marry them. But that's why women will never listen to Pearl. Besides being a ooga booga, okay? Besides being that, women like to look at beautiful women, okay? So it's like, she's just stupid. Nobody's gonna listen to something like this.
Is this a good deal?
He
He can't even ask for an in-shape wife?
He gets a woman.
He can't even say
Can I answer the
120
question?
pounds?
Can I answer the question?
I'm asking.
Yeah, he gets a woman who's promised to stay with him, even though statistically he'll gain 30 or 40 pounds.
And women's job has far more of a job to be beautiful than men. You know, men's job is to protect and provide.
So do women
Like,
have a right
what is wrong with a man asking that she stays a certain weight?
By the way, I told you ladies, men don't care about no weight. I don't even know where Pearl gets this from. There is no statistics to show that men demand their woman to stay the same way. This is just a lie. This is just a lie. Men, for the overwhelming majority part, don't care. We've talked about this over and over and over again. There's not no shallow men that like, oh, you got to stay away. Maybe multimillionaires and maybe billionaires, when they get married to their trophy wife, they're like, okay, you can't gain this weight. You can't do it. And it's in the contract. But your average male, your average man do not care. They just don't care. She thinks men don't like her because she's fat when it's cause she's stupid and fat.
Shallow. It's fine to ask someone to be healthy, and it's fine to encourage your spouse to maintain attractiveness, not to just let yourself go. But that's the same for husbands and wives. Neither should just let themselves go. But at the same time, each one should be merciful, knowing that time and age come for all of us.
The reason that the obesity, I've looked that up before, the reason that the men are more overweight than women is because you don't look at visceral fat. So like when men are very high, like muscle percentage, they're still considered overweight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. My husband made me take the fat clause, which is the weight gain clause, out of our prenup. So that's what I'm saying. They don't care. All right. I don't think your husband or anybody's husband wants you to go from being 120 pounds to 400 pounds. I don't think they want that. But I mean, men don't care. Yep. Men just don't care about, I thought that's what I heard. Katie, thank you so much for being a tier 1 subscriber over there on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so they don't care. So I'm just like, these people, they're just so full of it.
So than women. So a more accurate way to look at that is visceral fat. And women have higher rates of visceral fat than men. So actually women are more, and if you look at extreme obesity, women are more obese. Yeah. So yeah,
okay,
so I don't know why
extreme obesity, yes. But fat, you didn't say extreme obesity. And unfortunately, yeah, here's the deal. And I'm just gonna be honest. And anybody want to have a discussion with this, let me know.
I got a super chat.
Let me say this before I forget. The reason why women are ahead in extreme obesity, we're talking about 3, 4, 5, 100 pounds overweight, is because they are more likely to be a victim of SA. So they have that trauma if they have been raped. And so that they put on the armor of fat so that it protects them from having that happen to them again. So yeah, absolutely. However, when it comes to just being overweight, whether it's 40, 50, 60 pounds, or even if it's 30 pounds, doesn't matter. Men are more likely are leading that against women. But Pearl just moved the goalpost to fat to extremely obese, which is, yeah, women are leading that, but men are still fatter than women on average.
you're like kind of lying with that stat, trying to act like men are equally obese. They're not.
Oh, sorry. I got a super chat. Ivan, thank you so much for the $5. Just because I have an athletic build, I like my woman thick, curvy, extra weight. I like the woman look, not a little girl. I like it all natural. Foul, that's nice. There you go. See what I mean? So we got a man right here who's agreeing. that. Yeah, men don't care. Men don't care about no daggone no weight. They don't care if women gain weight. They don't care. They don't care.
Men are still overweight, but that still doesn't
Right,
show none of that shows marriage is a bad deal
question,
for
should
men.
men marry women that have had abortions?
Should men marry women
Yes
that
or
have
no?
abortions?
Should men marry women that have had abortions?
I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker.
Should men marry women with STDs?
I wouldn't say here.
A quarter of women have herpes. Should men marry them?
I'm going to answer.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to answer your question. I would say just as it is not a disqualifier for if a man facilitated an abortion, and 90% of, so for every woman who chooses to get an abortion, 90% of the time, the man is actively or passively supporting it. So just as it's not a deal breaker for a woman.
I'm asking for the future man. I'm not saying that he asked her to abort this is another man's kid. She's had an abortion.
No, what I'm saying is I'm applying an equal standard here. So I would say that it is not a deal breaker for a man to marry a woman who's had an abortion, just like it's not a deal breaker for a woman to marry a man who had facilitated an abortion.
Should men marry women that have slept with over 10 men?
Should they marry someone who's slept with over 10 men? I would say that when you have more sexual partners, that's definitely that's something that's concerning. That could be a red flag.
So you would say no?
But that doesn't apply. I'm not going to say that someone is unmarriageable because of one particular trait.
What about porn?
Okay, what
about
porn?
women that have participated in porn? Should men marry women that have participated in porn?
I would say that that's definitely a red flag, but it is not a necessarily, it's not a deal
Do you
breaker.
have a son?
Can I ask the questions, Pearl? Because you can keep asking
See
questions.
what
and
I'm
I'll
saying? See what? Stacking. Because the freaking daggone moderator does not do his job. He sucks so bad. This is where I was getting mad. I was like, do your job. Do your job, moderator. With your beta looking ass, I swear, it's like, oh my God. How hard is it to say, hey, Pearl, shut up. You can't be stacking questions. She one after other. This is interrogation right here. This is not no daggone debate. While he's answering one question, she throws another question. Then when he tried to answer that question, then she get another question. Like, she's trying to throw him off with all these questions because the stupid moderator doesn't do his damn job. No daggone way, man. That's
Because it just would be easier if I got a yes or no. Because you keep giving me these roundabout. I'm just like, yes or no.
No. You don't tell him how to answer because you wouldn't like him to tell you how to answer. But remember, I thought the man is more knowledgeable than women. And here you are dictating to a man how to answer you. This is what a masculine woman would do. You are sitting here saying, excuse me, sir, I'm the HBIC here, and I need you to basically answer the way I want you to answer. Just to go to show you, Pearl doesn't believe this BS in reference to men are the leaders and men are the ones that are in charge, and men basically know when a man talks, a woman got to shut up. She don't believe in any of that. You can see right here with her or any man she disagrees with.
Answers.
Go ahead.
So I'd like to finish about pornography.
Go ahead.
I would say it's not a deal breaker if a woman had participated in pornography, much the same way it is not a deal breaker. Well, it's something to be very, very worried about. So I'll answer it this way. It's very hard for me to find anything that's a deal breaker for marriage, except for maybe diagnosed severe mental illness, for example, or addiction to drugs, things like that. But that would apply to men and women. So when it comes to pornography, I would say it's very concerning if you have, if a woman had previously engaged in pornography.
And she's nervous because she keep moving back and forth. She realized she's losing, so she keeps rocking herself back and forth like a mental patient.
Just like it is very concerning if a woman chooses to marry a man who's previously viewed pornography.
But this is my question. It's like, why can't men have standards? And this is what I've noticed from the trad community and like the conservatives. It's like the quality of women keeps going down and down and down. And we can't even definitively say, hey, maybe we shouldn't marry porn stars. Maybe we shouldn't marry overweight women. You know, it's like we constantly get rid of standards for men.
No, I find standards as long as...
we can't even, no, you're not, because you're not even definitively saying you shouldn't marry a porn star. You would never in a million years tell your son to marry a porn star.
An active, currently working porn star?
Even a previous porn star.
You said former.
Even former. You would never. Come on, someone you loved. Okay. And this is why.
You can keep talking or you can ask me a question. Because I was going to say, I do believe in standards, Pearl. I just believe they should be applied equally. So if women have a past in porn and that makes them unmarriageable, fine. Then we should just say any man who's looked at porn, don't marry him either. Is it okay for men to look at porn?
You can ask that during your question.
The equal equivalent would be a man that's participated in porn. That would be the equal equivalent if we're really going to go apples to apples here. But what I'm asking is, okay,
and there's lots of men who participate in porn.
A quarter of women, up to a third, have an STD. Should men marry them?
Should they marry them?
Yeah.
Just the same reasons would apply if you ask women, should they marry men who have STDs? Because men have lots of STDs. And if it's okay to marry them.
But why is it what about the men? It's like the
because
craziest
men and women are equal. Men and women are equal. We should treat them equally.
It's the craziest. I don't think men and women.
I hate that. No. I don't agree that men and women are equal. I acknowledge that we are not equal. However, we should have the opportunity and we should be judged and our morale should be equal. And that's important because physically we're not equal. And there's some things that we as women are not equal with men. Like, we are able to get laid anytime we want, anywhere we want, as how often we want. Men do not have that privilege. So that's where we're not equal. Men are physically, by nature, by biology, stronger than women. We are not equal in that area either. However, here's the thing, okay? If you find a man that's equally yoked, you are supposed to have the same morals. You're supposed to be equally yoked in your standards and your expectation. That is where you're equal. If it's unequal, saying that he can have sex with all these women, but I got to be a virgin, that's unequal. And women are not going to sign up for that. So I think that this is where you mess up when you do the whole thing like we're equal. Like, no, our morals are supposed to be equal, you know. And I know this is triggering for some people, but I also think that you should be equal in religion too. So, you know, there's that. I mean, I think the only people who can basically like a Muslim and a Christian, but a Christian and a Buddhist, yeah, that could work. And also a Jewish and a Christian. But like, you know, I let me stop talking.
Are equal.
Are they equal in value and dignity?
Sorry, just real quick. Just real quick. Sorry, you can ask questions in your cross-examination pills. That's fine.
I'm not coming at this from a religious point of view. What I am saying is that you keep telling men to lower their standards because you were saying wife up these whores. 3% of women, 100 years ago, men got a virgin. They got a virgin 4+ kids. 3% of women are waiting till marriage nowadays. You're saying wife them up anyway. Doesn't matter the risk. Who cares?
Get wifed up anyway because that's the choice. They got women set the standards. Sorry, not sorry.
Question, Pearl.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back to STD is not a deal breaker. Yes or no?
No, if they're not a deal breaker for men, they're not a deal breaker for women.
Okay. On top of that, porn not a deal breaker.
Having been involved in pornography?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not a deal breaker, but it's something to be very concerned about. The same as if a man had been behind the camera doing OnlyFans work or working at OnlyFans. But if he's truly repented, then people can really change, and we should give them mercy, whether they're a man or a woman.
People can change, but it doesn't mean they statistically do. And women that have made those decisions, statistically, the grass, statistically, it's not a happy end.
He doesn't make her prove this. He doesn't make her prove it. He said women can change, but statistically they don't. Prove it. He doesn't do that. Now, this is the part where I'm starting to judge him, where I'm like, she's now pulling stuff out her butt, but he doesn't make her say, prove it.
For most of them. So that's the other question. Why would you sign up? Would you ever sign a business contract that someone's paid to leave? So me and you are going to do business, and I get a bunch of money and your children if I leave. You would sign that contract.
If you get my children, because maybe we're pairing our YouTube channels together, probably not going to sell off my kids on that. But it's very common in business deals, Pearl, where if you have a high value business partner and you really want them to be a part of the venture, you might include things like a buyout clause or severance pay. That's not that uncommon to ameliorate risks or to encourage them to take part in the project.
Okay, so would you sign the contract or no?
Would I sign a contract? Mm-hmm. You've made it very
where I'm paid to leave.
Where you're paid to leave if you're my business partner? Mm-hmm. It depends how much and what risk. Why
can't you answer the question?
Because your question is underdefined and it can't be answered.
Oh my God! Because she thinks she's going to get got yous.
In a very vague way, so I can only give a vague answer.
Okay, me and you sign a business deal, and in that business deal, and in that business deal, I get your whole YouTube channel if I leave, and I get your children. Are you signing it?
No, I'm not.
Exactly. That's the point. No, you're not signing it.
Marriage is not like that either.
And this is the thing. They act like it's one-off instances, and this is what they're acting.
Look! Again, the moderator not doing his job, and Trent getting frustrated because the stupid moderator is not doing his job. Stop getting these beta males moderating over Pearl.
Academics tend to do. They'll say, here's a study funded by this organization, or here's another study, and they want you to not believe what's in front of your eyes. Men are not signing up for marriage today. And you can say that marriage is a great deal for men, but men are naturally logical. They do what makes sense. 100 years ago, men were still men, same software. They married women in 3 months. There's a reason it's gone up to 3 years.
I would sign a contract where if you're undergoing significant risk, and the whole point of things that if a marriage divorces, is that women undertake risks. If they come and then they give up their careers and they stay home and raise children, for example, and they do that. The majority of women aren't doing that.
The majority of women are not doing that statistically. Okay. 3 out of 4 women are working, so it's not the majority.
The point is, if they go and do that and they take part in a marriage, you're undertaking risks when you're involved in marriage. Well, as I stated before, women are twice as likely to end up in poverty after divorce than men.
Yeah, because women are bad with money.
There you go again. See what I'm saying? Once again, he's answering a question. She keeps interrupting. I want you guys, whoever knows this guy, whoever knows the owner of this channel, this guy right here, tell him he suck. Tell him he suck with a capital S. He should not moderate any more daggone debates. unless he got two submissive people talking. But when you got somebody out, and unfortunately, you know, she is alpha. She's just pretending that she is submissive or beta or she's for the men. Let a man disagree with her and you'll see her alpha come out.
No, what happens is women
have
usually
80% of the world's debt. Women have 80% of the world's debt. Women are not good with money.
As
I showed in my opening statement, men have the majority of debt.
That's not true. Women have 80% of the world's debt. And the other thing that they don't take into account is that
in this country, men have more.
And women have 80% of the world's debt. Women are not great with money, and men earn more as well too. And the thing is, you're not addressing the suicide problem. Do you not think that's a problem?
Of course, suicide's a problem. It's more of a problem for men who never marry.
Hold on. I don't believe anything Pearl says. And I'm not going to sit up here and fact check everything she says. Where she says men are better with money than women? Or women have more debt than men? I don't believe that.
Asking in divorce, they're 9 times more likely to commit suicide after a divorce.
They're 9 times more likely than a divorced woman. You're misreading the statistic.
And in family court, if they find within 5 years, many men do commit suicide. What do you think? You think it's just made up? You think it's just fake? All these men that are saying my life is ruined.
Yes,
let him answer it. Go ahead.
No, because I've actually read the studies. Okay. And the problem is you're doing the comparison fallacy here. You're just picking, hey, if you get married, this bad thing can happen to you or this bad thing can happen to you. And that's true. But if you choose to not get married, you can also have many bad things happen to you. You can grow up and have no social connections. You become a recluse and you're more likely to commit suicide. You're more likely just to not take care of yourself. And the statistics show that on average, ever married men, including divorced men, live longer, are healthier, and rate their lives as happier than never married men. It's a statistical fact.
Because women date happy men.
So
women pick for these things.
How do you know that?
Because I'm a woman. I'm a woman.
Guys, oh no, we pick happy men to marry. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? How dare we pick happy men to marry? We're supposed to pick these angry incels that's always chimping out on Twitter or in the comment section of our Instagram and basically tell us how we done hit the wall, how we ain't got no hymen, then we don't deserve no diamond, how we're just gonna grow old with a bunch of cats. How dare we marry men that are happy? The hell, this stupid woman.
I know what we pick for. We like tall, handsome, good-looking men.
Is every married man tall, handsome, and good-looking?
Not every, but he's usually one of those things. He's usually one. Like he's usually either successful or handsome or good. Women don't marry homeless men off the street.
There's a big difference between tall, handsome, and successful and homeless. There's also average.
No, and so my point is women tend to pick above average men. We see this on dating apps. Women swipe right 5% of the time. The number one way people are meeting under 30
guys, stop with the dating apps because most women are not on dating apps. I told you, Instagram is the new dating app. Instagram is the new dating app. I don't understand this whole thing on dating apps. On dating apps, there's way more men than women.
That's because on dating apps,
but you don't know what you're talking about. You're not even out dating.
I do. Because on dating apps, Pearl, the reason that women are so choosy is because there are 3 to 4 times as many men on dating apps than women. So men will be constantly swiping right. Women can be more choosy in that environment because there's just so many more men. But in real life, when you look at a 1993 study, another one by Taylor and another one by Taylor done in 2011. I would like to finish. Before Taylor study in 2011 shows that men and women, when they get married, they tend to be within the same social range and attractiveness. So while for dating and hookups, you're correct, women on social media apps, because there's so many men to pick from, go for the higher quality men. When it comes for marriage, people tend to marry within their own social and attractiveness value bracket.
Right, but that doesn't disprove what I'm saying. Women pick a small percentage of men.
No,
when given the choice.
That's not true because I'm talking about marriage. We're talking about marriage, not Tinder.
But that's the number one way people are meeting under 30. And that's the thing. Like a lot of you guys are.
They're meeting, but they're not getting married. They're not getting married from men that they're meeting on Tinder. It's a hookup site, dummy. It's not where you set up your marriage. Oh my God, dude.
So out of touch. You don't see, like these studies take years to come out at some time. I can tell you firsthand what's going on because I actually talk to the people.
No, I agree. It's dumb to try to meet your spouse on Tinder.
Right, but that's what's happening.
Right.
That's where the world is going.
Right.
And you're encouraging men to clean up women's mess. And I say men shouldn't have to do that. Men shouldn't have to sign a contract where women are paid to leave. I think it's so simple. If people are paid to do the wrong thing, why wouldn't they do it? Why would, I'm not saying every woman will.
Paid to leave? What is she talking about? Did she not forget that, first of all, what happened to prenups? And second of all, women, he already stated it, he stated this in his intro, women are more likely to be in poverty after a divorce than men. So who is getting paid to leave?
Oh, but every woman can.
What woman is going to want to say, gee, you know what would be great?
Don't ask questions. Let her go.
Yeah. Well, I'll go. Well,
You can answer it.
Yes,
Then
I will
ask her
answer
questions.
it.
See what I'm saying? He's so stupid, the daggone moderator. He doesn't realize that he was in the process of talking. He was like, I'm gonna let Pearl. He was like, I'm gonna let one of y'all talk about it. He was like, he was already talking. Like, this guy sucked. I need to send him an email and tell him, what's his name? I'm gonna find him. And I'm gonna tell him he sucked. Oh, if he's on Twitter, I get to tell him he sucked in front of all these people.
No, the women aren't saying, gee, it would be so awesome if I married this guy and then got full custody of the kids. So now I'm a single parent and I have to take care of these kids. Good thing he sends me $440 a month to help with that. That doesn't sound like a great deal to me.
$440 over 18 years is over $100K. That's life-changing money. That is life-changing.
$400 every month is life-changing money. Okay.
Boom! Headshot!
With kids! Hold on. With kids! I want you to listen to this again.
Well, I'll go. Well,
You can answer it.
Yes,
Then
I will
ask her
answer it. No, the women aren't saying, gee, it would be so awesome if I married this guy and then got full custody of the kids. So now I'm a single parent and I have to take care of these kids. Good thing he sends me $440 a month to help with that. That doesn't sound like a great deal to me.
Kids, $440 for more than one child. And listen to what Pearl says.
$140 over 18 years is over $100K. That's life-changing money. That is life-changing. And this is the thing.
Try raising children on three kids on $440 a month.
And this is the thing. This is the other thing that you don't think of. Oh, this is the other thing. See, I'm not used to. I always have to write it down. You said that men don't fight for custody. This is the problem with men in statistics. This is the problem when people just read studies and they're not actually in the field. You don't know why. You don't know why.
Yeah, they don't want custody because they want to live their bachelor life. That's why. I don't know what Pearl's gonna say, because I think right here is probably where I checked out, because I was like, the moderator's sucky. He sucks so bad. But men don't go for custody because they want to live their bachelor life.
Men aren't fighting, because a lot of times men are in the position they cannot afford to fight for custody, and the lawyers will tell them not to do it because they spend $50,000. You know, I interviewed one guy, $1.5 million in Texas.
That's not true.
$1.5 million on a divorce. He still didn't get primary custody. These cases are common, and if you spent a day in family court, if you actually were in the field, you would know.
Okay, so that's an anecdote, and it also doesn't say anything about marriage, because if a man hooks up with a woman or cohabits and she gets pregnant, he can have the same issue. So this is not unique to marriage.
Well, yeah, but marriage puts them at a higher risk because they're on the hook for alimony as well.
Alimony is only paid out in 8% of marriages.
I know, but what does a man get out of marriage that he doesn't get out of a live-in girlfriend? What benefit?
Well, he doesn't. One benefit, he's not a 45-year-old guy saying, "Can I bring my girlfriend to the party?"
Who cares?
One, he's not that. He's a mature, stable person.
Okay.
What does he get out of it? He lives longer. He's healthier.
No. What benefit does he get out of specifically signing that contract? What does he get?
Women
give children outside of marriage. So
do you see what I'm saying? That went 3 in a row. I'm not even going to rewind this. 3 times in a row as he's answering one question, she asks another. He's trying to answer that question, she asks another. The moderator sucks, but he does not put his foot down. He does not check her and say, can you shit? But this one say they're Christians. I'm so glad I'm not one, because I would have cussed her ass out already. I would have laid the verbal smackdown already. You're not going to do this to me. She know who she can get away with this. That's one thing about being a black, loud woman. You could never do this to me. I would never let you do this to me.
He doesn't get that. The women gain weight after marriage. He doesn't get that. And all the stats you're saying you're attributing to marriage, I would disagree.
Well,
I would say that women tend to marry happy, successful men.
That is just a correlative theory that you have, and that's not true, because if you just look around at men, and when you do longitudinal studies that control for success, see, that's not the case. One longitudinal study found that after a man gets married and upon the birth of his first child, he works 10 to 20 hours a week more than unmarried men.
Right, because women love spending men's money. Of course he's got to work more. Even car salesmen will tell you the final say is who? The woman.
No, it's because now he's grown up, Pearl. He's grown up and he realizes life isn't just about him. He has to take care of other people.
My wife's credit card spending is off the chain. And that's the thing.
Did you guys just see that? Now, I'm just going to let y'all know, I can't put through this. I hate debates. Now, debates got good, but now I'm losing frustration. So we're going to look at about, the part I cut out. Lily, the part I cut out was an hour and 20 something minutes or something like that. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to listen to 10 more minutes of this and I'm shutting it down. I can't. The thing about it is that this man allows this Sasquatch should just steamroll him, interrupt him, stack all these questions on top of him, and then basically filibuster in the process. Like, he does not put his foot down. He doesn't put his foot down at all. So I don't like stuff like this. Is the reason why, like, you got the 107. Oh, okay. I think we'll hang around till then. Okay, we'll hang around till then.
I am
Men
in the
have more
field.
credit card debt than
I am in
They
the
have more credit
field.
card debt
I
than
am
women.
in the field. That's
What
the
expertise-
thing.
what field? What
That's
expertise
the
do you
thing,
have in
because when
this?
you actually interview the men that have gone through this, you have a completely different perspective. And that's the thing, because we just went through COVID. How many studies did they have? And experts that came out and said, COVID, you should take the shot. Oh, sorry, I don't want to YouTube you, but
Yeah, 1 minute left.
But my entire point is you can make a study that says anything, but if you look at reality,
So studies are wrong except for the ones you cite for your positions.
If you look at reality, you would never sign a contract that someone is paid to leave, and there are just not enough wives to go around.
You have 40 seconds left. Feel free to ask him more questions.
No, why would he ask more questions when she just gonna talk over him because you ain't doing your damn job? But then again, he's a soft-spoken Christian. Boy, this would not. Lord, let me tell you something. This is where ratchet come in handy, man. There's no way I will let you back dad go and talk over me like this.
That's it.
All right.
You picked the
No
right
problem.
person
All right,
to
we've got
talk
20
over.
minutes. Again, you're asking the questions, you're responding to them.
All right.
We'll try not to talk over each other just for the sake of those at home as best as we're able.
Hey, do your job. What you mean? Try. Come on, Pearl. Try not to talk over him, please. You're making me look bad. You're gonna have an angry black woman come after me on Twitter. Come on, Pearl. Please stop trying to talk over him. I know I suck as a beta male moderator, but please, come on, help me out.
Ready, set, go.
Alrighty.
It's kind of fun.
It is fun. You'll get addicted to it.
Anytime Pearl say it's fun, that's because these two beta males are letting her get away with something. You know what I'm saying? You should never have to be. See, one thing I love about H3A3, that thing with her, she ain't say that was fun. She ain't say that was fun. Stupid.
Do it
Sorry, I
after
was
a
a
while.
little nervous, but it's kind of fun.
Then you get right into it. And it's just fun, isn't
Yeah.
it? Alrighty. We brought up something earlier about men. Do you think men and women have equal basic value, like equal dignity?
What do you mean by dignity?
They have the same intrinsic goodness. Men and women are equal in their basic value, their goodness as human beings.
Like I think that, because it depends, right? It depends how, I think that men do more good in society than women. And I'm assuming that's like the tweet you're talking about. But
No, I'm asking because earlier I said men and women are equal and you denied that. And I said I agree that men and women are unequal in many ways. But surely, for example, do white and black people have equal dignity?
Yeah, sure.
Do men and women have equal dignity?
Sure.
Okay, good. That's really good to hear. All right. So you say marriage is a bad deal for men. For a marriage that does so, because a majority of marriages do not end in divorce. For the marriages, at least let's say this, for the marriages that don't end in divorce, are those bad deals for men?
If the wife gained a significant amount of weight, I would say bad deal. Most men don't want a fat wife, I would say. If the wife
Most men don't care. Most men don't care if their wife gained weight. They just don't. That would say most men. The only men I've known who care are these extreme millionaires, and I even saw a football player. Now I don't know these football players, by the way, but even he had a rotundous woman. So that's what I'm saying. This whole thing, she has no statistics to back any of this up that men prefer skinny women.
cheats, I would say bad deal. Most men don't want a cheating wife. If they're in a sexless marriage, I would say bad deal. Most men want. I think most men, if you said, "Hey guys, do you want to get married? Your wife isn't going to sleep with you after you have 2 children," they would say, "Oh hell no! Oh hell no!"
Pearl, what would be the best? Let's say a man says, "I would like a long-term sexual relationship with a woman."
Okay.
What would you say is the best relationship kind for
What do
him
you
to
mean?
obtain
What do you mean by best?
If a guy says to you, "Pearl, I would like a long-term sexual relationship with a woman," what kind of relationship should I pursue? Marriage, cohabitation, dating? Which would be the best strategy?
It depends on the state you're in, because some states have different states have different laws.
Just in general. Would you say?
There's no general. There's no general answer because it would depend on the state.
Why would it? Because what you're saying is that the
Like,
harm.
for example,
let me finish.
okay,
I get to interrupt now, and that's where it gets fun.
Go ahead.
Because
Go ahead.
you're saying is, it's not. Even though the majority of marriages don't end in divorce, you still say those are a bad deal because women gain weight, even though men gain weight also. But
what about the men though?
Do men in long-term cohabiting relationships, do those women gain weight?
Not as much, but the difference is it's easier to get out of. So if a woman gains weight, it's much easier to break up with a girlfriend than it is a wife.
Okay.
So you're able to have higher standards.
How much weight can a woman gain in marriage before you consider her unmarriageable?
Depends on the guy. I think it's unfair more than like 20 pounds, 15 pounds. Yeah. What are you doing, ladies? Get on the treadmill.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Objection. Women, this is the reason why women don't listen to you. This is the reason why women don't listen to Pearl. You know what I'm saying? These clowns, her daggone incel army sometimes will come into my daggone replies and tell my son, women hate other women. No, I hate Sasquatches. And this why I don't listen to no woman tell me something when she's not married and she hasn't even been in a long-lasting, serious relationship. She's also messing with the help. She's having a relationship with the help and keeping it under wraps. She's not in a position to teach women anything about relationships.
Yeah, you know, I think it's okay. And I think it's good for women. I think it is good for women if men have standards
But according to
for
that
us.
Gordon Larson study, cohabiting women gain, what was it?
The studies I've seen, it's less.
Those less, but they still.
I've seen around 10. I've seen 10.
That's the study you're citing for 24 pounds gain. They gain 18 pounds in marriage. People, the problem is, if you're saying that it's a bad deal for men to be in a relationship where women gain weight, and if women gain weight in all relationships, aren't you really just saying women are a bad deal for men, not marriage?
No, I'm saying that women, the difference is in a long-term relationship, you can say you need to change or I'm going to go. And women tend to act better when men have standards.
Okay. Do you agree that married men rate themselves? Do married men live longer than unmarried men?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so that's.
Because I think women tend to pick healthier men. I mean, we want, you know, I mean, why do you think women are throwing themselves at these like NBA players? We want the good genes.
Are most men who get married not NBA players?
No, but you can see when you look at the men that women are throwing themselves at, you can see what women select for.
Okay. So, but you would agree though that even if that is correct.
You made Blessings fat. You made Blessings obese. Blessings was not obese when you met him. Now you done turned that man into instead of an African, he's an African.
Even if it's correct that women choose men who are happier and healthier, if a man chooses to get married, then that would seem that he is or has made himself to be a happy, healthy individual.
Yeah,
right?
if
he gets successfully marries.
Can you say the question?
If a man successfully marries
Okay.
a woman, does that mean he has become a happy and healthy individual?
Not because of the marriage,
No,
but
but
he was probably selected because he was that type of person.
So he's made himself into that kind of a person. He's disciplined himself. He's made himself at least somewhat successful, happy, and healthy. Okay, good. So he becomes that.
I wouldn't attribute it to marriage, though. I would attribute it to the I think men are going to do what they're going to do. They're on a mission.
On average, though, does marriage take that away from men, their happiness and their health?
I would say yes. I would say there are more men in unhappy marriages than happy. Out of the original 100 that got married.
Do you have a
So if you take the, I'm answering the question.
Go ahead.
You want.
No, you're not.
So,
No,
you know,
you're
the study you're talking about, 35%, I've heard that's a bit dishonest. I've heard it's more 50%, 45% of marriages end in divorce. The last.
And he's good. And look, she's heard, but he just cited a study. That should not also be allowed in the moderator. The moderator be like, we don't do no heard. If you believe that it's 50%, produce the receipts. God, he sucks.
The last one was from 2023. I know it was a little off because of COVID, but I think if you include sexless marriages, women that belittle their husband, that's really common. Women that make fun of their husbands in public.
You're taking it away from my main point. So you're claiming that these happy, healthy men who get married, the majority of them, they lose their happiness. Do you have a study that shows that? Because let me finish. Okay. I have cited the General Social Survey, Gallup surveys, hundreds of thousands of people who are tracked, Harvard Adult Study, 80 years, that married men rate themselves as happier and healthier. And the majority of them do.
But you're attributing that to marriage.
I'm not. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that even if marriage is negative in some ways, it doesn't take that away from them. You're making the claim that the majority of married men aren't happy, but you have no study to back that up.
I'm saying that you can back it up when you look at 40%. Let's say 40% of marriages end in divorce. Okay, 40%. Now you have 6 left. A quarter of that.
And you see how Trent. I'm starting to not like him because she just moved the goalpost. He literally has a study that says 30% of divorce, marriages, 30% of marriages end in divorce. She just went from 50, he let her, then she goes, well, let's just say, I don't believe the 30%. Let's just say 40%. He lets her get away with that. And he should have said, no. If you say 40%, produce the receipts that say it's 40%. You got to prove it's 40%. It's really 30%. Because she has to feed that narrative to her incel army that are watching this. And he lets her get away with it, old beta male.
Some are sexless. Boom, that's over 50.
That's not true. A quarter on
there you go. Women on average, and then on average, so at least half of the women gain 25 pounds.
I'm going to ask you another question. I'm going to ask you another question again. So we do surveys,
okay,
and we ask people if they're happy. And I've cited multiple studies, okay, where hundreds of thousands of married
How do
men
you-
are
how do you-
asked,
how do you-
let me-
Sorry,
are asked
sorry.
if they are happy.
Okay.
And the majority, 80% to 90%, say yes.
Oh my God. The moderator finally did his job. We are 1 hour and 3 minutes in, and the freaking beta male moderator finally tells her to shut up so he can ask the question. Idiot.
You cite a study that shows that the majority of men in marriage say they're not happy.
Well, you're saying in marriage. I'm including divorced.
Sure. Wait, no,
That's my point. No, but my original statement. My original statement was.
And I'm
we're
going
not-
to interrupt because it's my turn. My original
Yeah.
question was, for marriage, since the majority of marriages don't end in divorce, and if divorce is the only bad thing, then marriage is a good deal.
but
So
I
then
did-
setting that aside, you cannot show that married men are
No,
unhappy.
no,
You have
no,
data for that.
but I also added in. I said if a woman gains weight, that's a bad deal. If a woman cheats, that's a
do the
bad
men
deal.
agree, do the men say it's not worth it? But do the men say it's not worth it to them? And they leave?
You asked what I would classify as a successful marriage. Or you asked, that was that I made the premise.
debate-
I said,
the debate is
I
not
said
whether
if it was
Pearl
good-
thinks marriage
if
is
it
a
was
bad
good
deal.
You said I could make the premise.
Yeah, but
so I
what-
said a good deal is classified as a woman that stays in shape, F's her husband, and stays married and is obedient. So if she's not having sex with her husband and she's gaining weight,
who should determine?
That's 60%. At least half of them are doing that.
Who should we look to determine the standard of whether marriage is a good?
Well,
Let me finish. Whether marriage is a good deal. Married men or Pearl Davis?
I think you should look at men and what they're choosing, and they're not choosing marriage. Because if it was a good deal, it would be an easy sell.
Once again, he lets her avoid answering the question. I don't understand why he's doing that, because when he was debating Destiny, he didn't give Destiny an inch. Really? He didn't let Destiny get away with anything or give an inch in edgewise, but he's basically letting Pearl run all over him. Does he want Pearl sexually? Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Why would he let Pearl do this to him? I think he wants some. I think he wants some Sasquatch.
Good products get sold.
Is exercise
Good
Pearl,
products.
Is exercise a good deal? Or is exercising a good deal?
Exercising is a good deal, but
Do
I
most people sign up for it?
I wouldn't say those are the same thing, because again, if women were benefiting men like they were 100 years ago, if we look at 100 years ago, men signed up for marriage within 3 months. That's all it took.
All right. Here's my
Now
next
it's
question.
taken 3
Here's my
years.
next question. If marriage is so bad, and including people who end in divorce,
I didn't say all marriage is bad.
okay, if in general marriage,
I said out of 151 will fail.
if it's more likely, if it's greater than not, that marriage it will be bad, and if that's the case, why do 65% of divorced men get married again, even though they've already been through a marriage that's failed? If it's so bad, Pearl, why do the majority of men get married again?
Well, I would say, people don't always make logical decisions when it comes to love. But my
Now
question would go,
remember, the man knows what he's talking about. The man is always, this is her tweets. Women don't listen to men. Women be quiet when a man's speaking. Men need to basically lead and a woman's follow. And here it is. Men are telling Pearl what they want. Men are telling Pearl that they like to get married. And then what does Pearl does to undermine them? Oh, these stupid men don't know what they want. So here it is, a woman dictating to men what they should and shouldn't do. Hence why this is a joke. It's a joke for sit up here and say that Pearl is looking out for the best interests of her own simps. Like, oh my God. Men have a voice. Men are the leaders. Men set the tone until Pearl, a woman, tells them otherwise. Now, by the way, this is not my ideology. I'm just showing the hypocrisy within their own ideology.
go back to, why aren't men signing up in general?
Okay, so anybody who just disagrees with your standard of marriage, they're just being illogical.
No.
Okay.
I said a good deal. I clarified it in the beginning. I said good deal, doesn't gain weight, sleeps with her husband, stays married.
But that's
I
not
think
what
that's
the
the bare
man
minimum.
wants.
Why can't this be a good deal for marriage? If the married man says that he's happy.
Right.
Because I don't think that I think happiness studies, like how do they measure it?
You literally ask the person if they're happy.
Yeah, people lie.
Okay, so it's just a giant conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy.
Okay, so do you think most men who are married are unhappy?
I think most men that sign up for marriage out of the original, not stay married, that sign up for marriage, 51 are unhappy with that original deal.
No,
and we can
she can't prove that. She can't prove that. And is he going to let her get away with that?
agree at least 40% divorce, right?
Yeah, there's
So,
a 40%.
okay, so what percent of men rate themselves as happy,
You don't
actually?
get to ask that
Okay,
questions.
fine.
I get to ask them. And as I said before, just because a marriage ends in divorce, it doesn't mean that person now thinks that marriage is a bad deal, since the majority of men who get divorced choose to go back and get married anyways. I want to go back to some of the different...
Why don't the majority of men sign up for marriage?
You don't get to ask. I'm going to go back here.
Because if it was such a good deal, they'd sign up.
Yeah, well,
they would.
So once again, like, this is the phase that the stupid beta male done created, right? He was like, this is the phase where he gets to ask questions and she has to answer. And she doesn't interrupt him while he's basically asking the questions. She did none of that. And the little stupid beta male sit up here, the simp, sit up here and only corrected her once.
Products get sold. You think Elon Musk is running out of his cars.
Okay.
When they first came out anyways. I don't know about now, but I heard that truck was bad.
Let's see here, 'cause you brought up-
80% of women
Alright,
get
you said-
HPV. That's crazy.
Okay, what percent of men get HPV?
Similar, but they're only the sexually active ones, and there's a higher percent of sexually active women.
Yeah,
than
I guess I'll start asking these questions. Do men have a lot of STDs?
A smaller, they're at a lower rate than women.
No, they're not.
You can Google it, CDC.
Okay, but still, do the majority of men have STDs?
Yes.
Who are unmarried, sexually active?
Yes.
Well, if they're sexually active, but the minority. This is the thing. You guys don't know what's going on because you guys have been out.
Because it goes against her narrative. She wants to make it seem like women are basically the biggest whores and that we're have all the STDs. No, men, sexually active men, have way more STDs than sexually active women. Then she wants to put HPV in there where women don't have to have sex to have HPV. And I might have my own little theory on HPV, but I'm just saying I'm going by the statistics.
The game's so long. Well, the number one way that people are meeting is dating apps. Women swipe right 5, 10, up to 20% of the time. What does that mean?
Okay.
More,
So,
a minority of men can even sleep around. Okay. So when you guys are saying men stop sleeping around, a minority of men even get the choice to do that.
Do men cheat?
Yeah.
Okay. So if a man cheats and he leaves his wife to be with another woman, is it fair that he should have to compensate her by paying for things like child support now that he's abandoned her?
Is he going to be an active father?
If a
Well,
man,
it's
no,
one thing. So
no,
I'm
I'm asking the
asking,
question
okay.
again. If a man is married to a woman, they have 3 kids, and he says, "Wow, I'd like to be married to this other lady instead that I had an affair with," and he abandons his wife and children, and his wife has been raising these kids, and now they're on their own. Isn't it just that he should compensate them for putting them in that position by paying child support?
How many kids? How old?
Let's say 3 kids, 3, 6, and 9.
3, 6, and 9. And
3, 6, and 9. Now listen to what Pearl says. A man should be able to. He asked her, should a man just up and abandon his wife and 3 kids, 3, 6, and 9? So he just get up and leave without without paying alimony or child support.
Completely abandon them, not even.
So he tells the wife, "You can have full custody of the kids. I want to go and get remarried." Shouldn't he have to support them since he was an awful person and abandoned them and put them in this position?
You know what? Sorry. No, I don't believe in child support. I don't believe in alimony. I think it's equal. Women have fought. We have fought for equality.
Okay.
Wait, we have fought for
No child support. No child support. Looks like Blessings is rubbing off over here on Pearl. So you want a man to just make all these single baby mamas and not have any financial help with them. But yet still Pearl complains that men don't get to see their children. So if you have it Pearl's way, then a man should never have any connection to his child if he has no interest in helping them financially. So she is the one who wants to create single baby mamas that are struggling and surviving. Like, this is crazy. This woman is I'm so glad, man. You gotta be a dusty black man to sit up here and deal with some damn Pearl. And so far we noticed that all she has is got some dusty men's, okay?
Quality, we got it. So now you get a job like everyone else. It's a sad situation, but overwhelmingly, men aren't the ones doing that. Women, there are far more deadbeat moms than deadbeat dads.
Do you think you simp for men?
That's not true.
No.
So you don't call it simping for men and saying that that if a woman does something bad, she should have to pay consequences for it. But if a man, I'm going to finish. If a man abandons his family because he wants to screw some other lady and puts them into poverty, you're saying he shouldn't have to spend a dime on that.
Yeah,
Why?
equality, baby, because women abandon their families all the time and they're not punished, they're rewarded.
That's not true. She's making it seem like women just up and just leave that. More men. The thing about, and it's another thing Trent does. Trent does not makes her say, who is more likely to abandon a family, a man or a woman, based on statistics. And Pearl is going to go around and say, well, see, what I believe is I've interviewed 2,000 people and a lot of these women, no, we're going on statistics. Who is more likely to abandon a family? The woman or the man? The husband or the wife? Or the girlfriend or the baby mama? The boyfriend or the girlfriend or the baby mama? Which one? She will never hold men accountable, ever.
I say equal rights, equal lefts. You guys fought for equality. Here it is.
Then shouldn't the answer be that instead of saying both men and women should be allowed to be awful people, shouldn't we say men and women should both be held to higher standards?
I would say, I don't, it depends what you mean by higher standards, but what I would say is I don't think we should have child support. I don't think we should have alimony. I think it's wrong.
So even if a man, he just leaves, his wife has been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, 3 kids, she has been out of the workplace, gonna have a difficult time finding a job, and I know personally women that this has happened to, and he leaves and goes has sex with someone else. We're not talking about other women being bad. You're saying in that case, the man shouldn't be compelled to provide for the family he abandoned.
Well, I would say for the same case that if women cheat and leave for another husband, they shouldn't
move the goalpost. Okay. Okay, I'm about to stop after this. She never answers the question. He doesn't make her
have alimony or child support either. I'm saying in both cases we should not have alimony.
Let me
or
ask you
child
a question.
support.
Let's say you have.
I don't believe in paying people to make wrong decisions. I don't believe in that.
All right. So if a woman, let's say you have a stay-at-home dad, successful woman, has been out, she's boss girl.
Can she be a lawyer?
Sure. She's the boss girl lawyer, turns into the She-Hulk when she needs to, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And she's making a lot of money, and then she leaves her husband and kids, says, "Hey, Frank, you can have the kids. I'm going to run off with this other lawyer at the office." And now he and the kids are in poverty. Do you think that she should have to pay child support to them?
Nope. I think he should get a job.
Okay.
What? Did you hear that? She is not all y'all. If you a red pill man and you listen to this crazy Oompa Loompa, you are just as dumb as she is. This woman said that if a man and a wife have 3 kids, 3, 6, and 9, and the woman just ups and leave, and she's a lawyer. She's a lawyer. She got money on top of money on top of money, and she decides to leave. And should she be forced to pay child support? She said no. She said that sorry about breaking the mic. She said that if the man is in poverty, he should just get a job. Oh my God. All right. A couple more seconds.
So should she?
So you don't believe? Do you believe in marriage at all?
I believe. What kind of marriage? I don't believe in marriage as it is today.
What?
If we tomorrow got rid of child support, got rid of alimony, got rid of all these incentives for bad decisions, fine. Then I would have no problem. But my issue is, one, the quality of women is lower than ever before. The risk is higher, and women are paid to leave.
What is marriage?
One person for a lifetime, and the woman submits to her husband and is an obedient for a lifetime.
Okay.
But I'm not, and see, I guess my head goes in a couple directions, because the other thing is, today it's nothing. Okay. Today, you said the average marriage is longer than 7 years. Let's say it's 12 years.
The median length is 21 years.
The average, let's say 21. That's still not a lifetime. And a quarter of divorces are gray divorces. So it happens when people are in their 50s and 60s. So that's the other thing about these stats. It doesn't predict who in the future gets divorced. It says today. So it doesn't include people that are separated. I know couples in their 50s and 60s. They've been separated for years. They're still counted as married. So my issue again is marriage.
I don't want to listen anymore. Y'all said that this Trent guy was steamroll over. You know what? I'm gonna talk mad smoke about him tomorrow. Cause I got his Twitter over here. And I'm gonna find out who this beta male of this daggone channel. I'm gonna talk smack to both of them. Like, you let this damn Sasquatch talk all this stuff. Child, honey, let me tell you. Woo, okay. Let's go look at real quick. Let's go look at okay. Y'all want to see something that's going to cleanse your palate after we done saw that train wreck? Y'all want to see Pearl get put in her place to the point where she just shut up. She just shut down. This woman right here. Well, we'll go ahead and hold on a second. Let me see. I'm gonna let y'all look at this. Watch this.
Same weight. They have to maintain the same weight.
Well,
do you really
think Lizzo spends a lot of time in the gym? No, I don't think
Truly?
so. I just think
If you look
Why
good,
not?
depending on how you get
Look
it,
at
whether
her.
through
Do
surgery,
you
working
spend a lot
out.
of time in the gym?
Yeah, I'm an athlete.
Really? Doesn't look like.
Woo! Boom headshot.
Boom headshot.
Boom headshot. Boom headshot. She's like, do you spend a lot of time in the gym? She's like, yeah, of course. She said, don't look like it. It doesn't look like it, though. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it, honey. You lying to yourself. You lying. I just think if you look
Why
good,
not?
depending on how you
Look
get it,
at
whether
her.
through
Do
surgery,
you
working
spend a lot
out.
of time in the gym?
Yeah, I'm an athlete.
Really? Doesn't look like.
Hold on. Watch this. Watch how Pearl reacts to this.
Let's wait for you.
I think I could beat you in any kind of competition. I swear to God, I could.
Okay, competition doesn't mean you look good. That's it.
All right.
Simple.
But I think he was asking us, but.
Damn, but she can't fight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
And look, you see what Pearl did? Pearl leaned back in defeat. Pearl, you can't be nice to this type of woman. You can't be nice to her. He's like, I'll be like, Pearl try to flex on her, talking about something. I can beat you in any competition, that they have ever created. And she said, okay, that's good, but you don't look like it. Which is true. It's true. She doesn't look like it. And then finally, when she gets shut down, okay, oh my goodness. Mackenzie, thank you so much.
Y'all ready for this?
Mackenzie, thank you so much for giving. R. Lester, E. Martinez, Pastel Joel, Love Born, and Space Potato. You all guys got a gifted sub. Make sure you thank Mackenzie Carter. Thank you so much, girl. Okay, heart. Appreciate that. So you see what I'm talking about? Like you shut Pearl down, you can shut her up. You can shut her up. So there's that. This is what I'm saying. This is like, oh my goodness, like she hurt Pearl feelings. All right, let's go to, and okay, one last thing. So we're gonna go to Pearl introducing herself and where she avoid the body count thing. So okay, here we go.
Cool. So,
hold on. I want you guys to look at the chat though, because the chat calls her out for skipping out on the body count part. Hold on, let me see. Let's see if I can get the chat in here, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, watch the chat.
You want to introduce yourself to the people and kick off the first question?
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm Pearl. I have the YouTube channel, Just Pearly Things. I've interviewed over 1,000 women in London. Similar
No,
format
she didn't.
to this.
She
Now I
lying.
do a commentary call-in show where people call in and we talk about relationships, culture, that sort of thing.
Do you see how much weight she's gained? You guys see how much weight she gained? Look at her arms. And look how spread she is right here. So, and along with her face, so she has gained weight. A good 40 pounds.
Body count?
I'm talking.
Okay, so
why can't she answer her body count? So Pearl can't give her body count, but you want all the other women to get her body count. Look at this. Watch them. Body count. They're not.
I'm gonna give you guys the choice. So we can either do the game first or do the question we were talking about before. What do you guys want to do? Raise your hand.
That's
if you
why
wanna do
she
the game
switched.
first.
Pearl got them milkers too.
I don't need-
No, she don't. What milkers? Pearl ain't got no tatas.
to know what's going on.
Body count is 42. Over 9,000. Look at this for the body count 7. Maybe.
I know what's going on. This is Pearl's show right now. I'm just moderating it. So, Pearl, go ahead, take it away.
Do you want to do the supers first, or do you want me to start?
Okay, so that's that. So that's what I want to show you guys is that they don't make her answer to the body count thing. They don't make her answer the body count thing at all. They let her get away with it. And this is what I'm saying, the whole biasness around just because Pearl is on their team and everything like that. These people are fraudulent. Okay, let's do a cool down. Oh no, why is my oh my goodness, hold on a second, guys. I just recognized something. Why is that like this? That's not supposed to be like that. Hold on a second. What's going on? There we go. Let me see. Fix this. Okay, there we go. All right, that I think that's fine. I think. Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right. I was like, where's my fireplace? I don't see my fireplace. And then I was like, oh, okay, the thing is off to the side. All right there. You can't stand her greasy hair. She don't know how to wash, honey. You know, it took her a while for them to teach her how to speak. Let alone wash. Tree is magically moving an entire house. I know, ain't I something? I've been looking at the oral. How do you pronounce that word? Borealis pictures. Northern Lights. Yes, I is rich. Thank you so much there, B-Bean. I don't want to look. I look. As soon as I said it, that shizzle, I just realized I'm not going to see that word no more. So I don't care about knowing how to pronounce it. You know, some words I just don't. I don't care about learning. So I don't, you know, saying how to enunciate it because it's not part of my vocabulary. When am I ever in my life going to learn how to use that word in a normal conversation with any of my friends? You thought I lived in Europe. I did. I lived in Germany. You think I said this word in Germany? Is this word German? The answer is no, it's not. What is this word? What is the root? What is the root of this word? What is the root of this word? Latin? Okay. Did I speak Latin in Germany? Nope. I spoke Deutsch. That's what I'm saying. Like I see certain words and I go, do I really want to learn how to pronounce that word? Because I will never use it in my everyday life. I don't even think I will use that word even when I'm reading articles. So some words I just tune out. No, you would use it when you move to Alaska. Who told you I was moving to Alaska? Did you not realize I'm black? No, Latin is a dead language. But Latin is Latin and German is part of the English language. You should have said Northern Lights. Oh, okay. Yeah, Northern Lights. I know that word. That's English. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Latin is what Romans spoke. Speaking of Romans, I'm thinking about rewatching Rome, but I don't know. The ending always makes me cry. And like Spartacus makes me cry. But I did rewatch that 3-4 years ago. So Sparta, I did. So, but I didn't. Rome. I want to watch it again because I love the friendship in that series. So, how's your night going? It's going great. Is Nordlich in German? Okay. Rome. I know, but oh God. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it for you guys. I don't care. You should have seen it. But when the blonde hair man is dying, and his friend was like, oh, and then his children are finally like loving him, and they come to see him by his dying bed. You know, I cried on that one. I was like, no, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. Damn, that was such a. Rome is so good, dude. Rome is so good. Good night, Joe. Rome is not Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony is not blonde. Mark Anthony was already dead by then. So, oh man, it's such a good one. But I don't know if I want to watch that again. It's like, Rome is a British, I do believe is a British series about Rome. And clear. That's all I can say is it's just good. Just if you got, I don't even know where you find that. Where would you find the replays on Rome? But I watched Spartacus made me cry towards the end. That's not his name. That's not his name. Spartacus, that's not his name. That's not his name. Oh, okay. They said it's HBO Max is where you can see Rome again. Guys, go watch it if you haven't seen it. You'll thank me later. It's so good. It's so good, dude. So good. I swear. It's got everything in it. Suspense, horror. Was that his name, Erica? Lucius Verinus. Lucius Verinus. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think that's him. Yeah, Pulo, Titus. That's the big one. Oh, that was he was my favorite character. I liked him. I liked that character. Can you believe they cucked? Wait a minute. Who got cucked? Who got cucked having Titus' baby? Who was the king that got cucked? Was it Mark? No, it wasn't Mark Anthony. Was it Caesar? Who was raising Titus and Cleopatra baby? No, what? I don't think it was. It was Mark Anthony for real. Oh, Marcus Brutus. Oh, it was Mark. Oh, that was so good. That man pulled up that baby, and then Lucius looked at him like, "Now you know that's your baby, right?" He looked at him and said, "Now you know that's your baby, right? You know that's your son, right?" Oh, that was so good, dude. That's so good. Such a good one, dude. Honestly, oh, that was Caesar? That was Caesar he cucked. Okay, he cucked Caesar. Oh, that was so good, dude. Oh, my God. Let me tell y'all something. Please watch. If you've never seen Rome, you're doing yourself a disservice. You really are. You're doing yourself a disservice. And now, if you like Games of Thrones, you should, well, you know, there is some incest and stupid old Rome. Well, not stupid Rome. I love Rome. But, you know, it's only one time Whereas from what I heard of Games of Thrones, it's all through the series. So yeah, like now I want to watch Rome. I'm telling y'all, Rome is so good. It really is good. It's so.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Fun stream.
Thank you, Erica. Hey, where the white women at? Hey, where the white women at? Yeah, it was. Oh my God, it was so good. I'm telling y'all gonna want to like talk about it when you see it. So, do you have a Tubi TV app or Crackle app? If so, what are your favorite things to watch on these apps? I don't have neither one of those apps. Remember, you know what I'm saying? I can't use my other phone because it's been doxxed. But even on that phone, I'm not an app downloader like that. I don't have any of those apps. So, all right, let me see. How many more minutes? Okay, we got 3 more minutes because I'm in at 1:30. That makes it 4. That'll be a 4-hour stream? 9:30, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, it'll be a 4-hour stream. Tomorrow's not going to be no 4-hour stream. I'm going to let y'all know right now. All right, tomorrow, we're going to look at Martin and Jasmine. Yay, we get to see Jasmine. We're going to see Jasmine on the show with Martin Sartain. However you pronounce his last name. Tubi is for the blacks. Well, I am a rooftop Korean, so obviously I wouldn't be watching it. And I think it's something else we're supposed to be watching tomorrow too. But yeah, I'm not gonna go to the gym today. I'm gonna go home to my sleeping husband. After I finish checking after I check my Twitter. So, great stream. Yay, Space Potato, you got yourself a cookie. I'm sorry the little duck doesn't shake his booty, but it shakes his booty on Kick in my personal chat. But for some reason, it doesn't animate on YouTube. It is what it is. So, yes, thumbs up for a good stream. Yay, good. Eric, Eric, I'm gonna just let you know right now. So you ain't got to change your behavior, but oh my God, I uploaded a video and it had the chat and you were very edgy. I had to daggone for my political stream. I had to put blurred out the chat. Oh my God. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for coming by, guys. This was a wonderful stream. I think Kai Sanat did something too. I think he did something funny. So we're gonna check. I'm gonna go check him out right now after I get off to make sure. So there's that. Do you still do Friday night movie watch? Nope, no, not anymore. I stopped those. So guys, mwah. I'm gonna go ahead and log off, and I will see you all tomorrow. We'll see. I did do it at 9:30 today, so let's see if we can make it 2 days in a row. All right. Mwah. Later, taters. Bye.